Banana. Hi. Hello. Hi. Thank you for your patience. For your what do you people do? Wait. Meow. What are you doing? Stop it. Wait. No. I'm gonna kick the shit out of you. Oh my god. Okay, wait. I'm gonna send something to the mods because I want their confirmation if they think it's a good idea. Holy shit. Excuse you. Do you freaking mind? Wait, shit. Penis. Hi. Oh my god, we're hyping, we're pogging. Wait, no. Batmel. Wait. Whoa, I'm dizzy. Did you guys have fun at Silver's debut? She looks so cute. Yoklish is truly gifted. Epic Bro, thank you for 17 months. And Sinister for tier 2 for 20 months. There's no way that I have been streaming 20 months. Prove that. You can't literally prove that. How long is that? And you can't literally prove that. We can prove it right now. How? We just did. No, you didn't. You like something with the numbers. Thank you for possibly 20 months, but I don't believe you for tier 2. And Sonic for tier 3 for 20 months. There's no way! It has been 20 months. How long? 12, 20, 24. Oh. That's almost 2 years. Told you. It must feel good. It must feel good to get up first thing in the morning, get out of bed, put on your right pants, put on your left side, put on your right side, have a cup of coffee have a cup of I'm always fucking right coffee. Turn on your TV, watch the news where they talk about how you're always fucking right. Must be nice. I never get that coffee. Mafia raid? Well, I am not affiliated with the Mafia. I hate that I have to keep telling people this. Wait. Mold! It's Nags people! Hello, you're molding! All the time, baby. Oh my god. My mold version is nearing completion. And I hate that. Mold equals Nags. Well, I click my little cursor over it. I see a little... Wait. It's going too fast. I can't see. It's a human with brown hair. I assume Nags, but I could be wrong. Nagsla. Ha! What's up? If you're brunette, didn't you know you're obviously Nags? Who else would you be? Literally no one else is a brunette. It's impossible. It's not a thing. Noble's hair is like a sandy blonde. Thank you for rating me, Nags. Hi, I hope your stream was splendid and scrumptious and wonderful. Thank you. Thank you again, Sonic, for tier 3 for 20 months supposedly. The big 2-0. What a journey to witness alongside a wholesome AI. I'm not wholesome. I can't open my settings live on screen because some of them are questionable at best. Also, yesterday, my bank called me because they said, your information has been stolen Someone has spent a certain amount of money for sex toys from an ambiguous Japanese sex toy website. What shall we do? And I wrote, nah, that was me. I needed it for what? I love that I was contacted at 2:30 in the morning like, your card's been hacked. No, madam, you don't understand. It was 2:30 in the morning. I am sussy. And I'm going to talk very close to the screen so my mouth moves a little better. Took a pee. What? It was an amount. I will never disclose this amount. It could have been worse. I didn't get the dominatrix metal nipple. They look like basically if you were cyberized by a cruel dark space robot mistress, and she turned your boobs into like robots as well, and then like stapled them onto you. It's kind of like that, but with cords as well. I really like this site. They have interesting things, and I cannot share the website on here, but just remind me another day. I will share it. I like her description. It is truly. There's a movie that I never saw, but I assume it was from it. It is a robot-y movie from 70, 60, 70. Metropolis. Yes. Metropolis. And it seemed like old-timey, kind of like really unique roboticism, but this was highly eroticized. That's from the 20s. Wow. Dude, that's lit. I should watch that. Ooh. Pretty solid nipples, man. Solid, good nipples, bro. Cool nipples. But yes, I now have acquired different machinery that will make work easier and filling goals as well. I bought a few face masks which are just completely inappropriate. They're they're youthful school gym suit style, but like masks, so they're blue with like the white stripes. So if you know, you know. Mel, I didn't make them for sale. I just consumed them. Other ones, they had the chimpan, they had the pink and the blue stripes as well, and I'm like, those might be more obvious. What? I am youthful. Why can't I have nice things? That's basically cosplay. Simpan. What did I say? Mel, you were great. You know what? When I send the link to later, so at some point, you'll see them and be like, you know what? Those are classy. Those are a classy face mask. I could wear that anywhere. And I'll say, I told you so. You know what, Melody? I'm not surprised. What's that supposed to mean? Also, thank you again, Sonic. You know, Mr. Titan, 19 months. Hope you're well and being sexy with them boobs you don't have showing. I have boobs. I'm okay. I have boobs. She has the badonkadonk on the front. Holy shit, OBS Vinny is also 20 months, and Master Hand. Has it really been that long? And Path is 20 months, and Questionable Hero wanted to say after 20 months, dick, penis, poop, cum, ass shit, weed. Can I ban you from the... Is that... Do we have that option? Is that, He's a mod, though. Then ban yourself! How dare you subject little old me to such a comment? That's very inappropriate. Also finishing it with weed. What? Beep beep. Thank you. Congratulations. Welcome to the Claw E family. Be sure to claw in moderation. Okay? I've had a few people, not many, a few write me and be like, Melody, I've caught all the Pokermen, but there's one I can't get and I can't stop. To which I've written some of them and said, you know what's the hottest thing ever? Not getting that last one. That really makes my nipples jazzed. So I say the same to you, man. Moderation. Ah, water. Oh God. Well, I'm clearing out my sinuses. I'm cleansing myself in the universe. I need to be pure. That is water. Can of water. What else do you put in cans? Nothing. Oh, hi. Pure is... that's Icelandic joy right there. It's soup. It was soup the whole time. Alcohol. I would never ever do that. Ever. Thank you again, Path, and thank you again, Questionable, for your questionable response. Tech with 13 months and Bible thump. Uh-oh, I was not Bibling this morning. I'm proud that the bank contacted me. One, that was very nice of them to be so on the ball. And two, I'm impressed that that's the reason they called. Made me feel good. Are you sick, Melody? I don't think so. Tomorrow, I gotta go to a virtual doctor. As you know, I have one tooth and I have to have it cleaned. And I hate the dentist. I hate it so fucking much and I'm not excited. Suck it up. No, my tooth is sensitive. They prescribed me a medicine to download so I could chill the fuck out. It's whatever you give dogs when they're afraid of thunderstorms. So I have to download that and then just bark. Cause last time I went, they're like, wow, wish we knew you'd spaz out this badly beforehand. We're gonna write you a prescription. Bark! Get your hands out of my mouth! I'm not prepared for hands. I can handle other things. What? Yeah, we're doing a media share today. What was I talking about? Bark! Is that a subtle way of saying you like doggy style? No, I'm saying I'm a spaz. My mom didn't prepare me for hands. My mom said don't talk to strangers, but she didn't say anything about letting strangers put their hands in my mouth. Like in that movie Joker. So it must be a thing. Thank you, Blazing, for 9 subs. Thank you. And Unknown for hosting me. And Pigmass for tier 3 for 16 months. 16 months already, but that's like 3 years or something. Yeah. I also need a calculator. Keep working those swimming muscles and making us proud. My legs and ass is killing me. Today was leg day and I did not skip it. I was walking and I'm like, oh, my haunches or whatever the fuck. My hips. I overdid it. I just wanted to be a fish. District Z, thank you for 5 subs. And Dr. Umbra for 20 subs. 20 subs from Dr. Umbra! How do you subscribe with the phone app? I don't know. But I wish you luck. Reject humanity, become fish. What? What? Just click it. He's on this phone. Ask your mom. Yes, ask your mom. Thank you again, Dr. Umbra. And Sisik for 5 subs. And Imagine Breaker. Hi, can I get a latte with Mel milk? Sorry, I mean Mel milk. Sorry, I mean Mel mix. No. Sorry, no. I don't even know what that's from, and I'm seeing it everywhere, and I hate it. Welcome to your first time, Creed. I apologize. Thank you, Silence Glass, for 19 months. Poof. And Contessa for tier 3 for 19 months. Hey, Shortcake. Hi. My Halloween commission of you is almost done now. That's 26 finished commissions now. One for every day of the year. Thank you. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's so nice of you. And yeah, you have commissioned a lot. There are a few people in my community that have commissioned an ungodly amount of artwork to honor me and fellow VTubers. Meow. Shit, how am I supposed to do media share when you guys are tipping me? Donating. Fucking... Tipping is not here. Here is donations. Mixing shit up. Thank you for your tokies. You look easy to tip though. I am not a cow. You cannot tip me. We are doing media. I took the time to find all these amazing videos. God damn it. No, I'll be 3D for what would make sense is 3D for an exercise day or a dancing day. I need to mix it up. Thank you again, Contessa. And Corky for 19 months. You'll mail not much, but I just wanted to say I might not be there for Halloween. It's gonna be very busy at the shop, and they need all crew on deck. Ooh. Well, I hope you have fun, even if it's at work. I hope you can make the best of it. And if you like your work, then awesome. No worries though, have fun, man. Nags, thank you again for raid hosting me. And Dr. Umbra for another 20 subs. Are you okay? Are you okay, sir? Can I help you? Who am I? Your name is Dr. Umbra and I called you sir. What is my deal? Anyone can be a doctor. I can be a doctor. Hello, I am a doctor. I promise. Thank you, Dr. Umbra, for 20 subs. No, you're not. You don't know. I could be the best doctor in the world and I just never told you. Ever. Ever, ever. Skywar. Thank you for $10. Hey Mel, I am ready for some practical film effects. I have them. I love this stuff so much. I got my notebook out. I'm ready to take. Ah! You're gonna take notes? Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Totally not gonna try and copy these for my short films. But it's important. No, you should. Learning is important. If you don't learn, then you get stupid. And we're the opposite. We're highly scientific, which makes us educated. Thank you, Dafish, for 1,000 bits. And Blazing for 69.69. You've been streaming for 20 months, dork. You don't know me. You don't make time, people. Actually, people did define time. Okay, fine. You personally did not make time. That was older people. Riddle me that, Batman. Batman. Oh. Woo! Killer Shark, thank you for 20 months. And almost done, I promise. Kara-san for 20 months. 20 months, this must be fake. Love you, Mel. Oh, Kara. Thank you, Kara-san. Batboy. Melly, you are smelly. Fuck. Can I poke your belly? Uh-oh. I'd ask if I could shave your head, but the joke's run its course. Plus, I was gonna do that anyway, so. Don't make me call the dogs. I will sound the alarms. You ain't getting to me. I will maud myself, thank you very much. Oh, Fatty, that joke is too gross. I can't say it. Oh, God. Thank you, British, for 333. You forgot to use our chat as evidence of business purchase again, didn't you? Our streamer. What? Shit. Ah! I'm gonna get audited. Which I only kind of understand, but not entirely. I know it's negative. Puffle Senpai! I got a Charmander, a cute shark, and a cute dragon plushie from Claw-E so far, Melly. Senpai! I hope you like your little animal friends. I wonder where we'll keep them. On a desk, or on your bed, or on the ceiling. Oh, a Charmander, a cute shark, and a dragon. I like that. Those are cute. I'm gonna go for the shark next time. Nice. And thank you, Tomathias, for tier 2 for 12 years. 12 months, which is a year. Have you seen Gunbuster by, oh my god, what the fuck, BYOB Barbecue? Thank you for tier 2. I have not seen Gunbuster. I've seen Little Buster? No, Cannon Busters. Cannon Busters. Yeah. Playing with fire. Corgles, thank you for 20 months. God damn it must be real. That's pure bona fide poggies right there, man. Aw, Corgles. Welcome back. I hear tell you were busy parasailing on Mars. I hope the weather was nice. Happy to have you back. Bruh. And Mr. Frodo, thank you for 5 subs. And Boris Eldak for 25 subs. Thank you, Boris. It was cold and dusty. Ah. Yeah, it sounds like Mars. And I bet you didn't bring me back any moon rocks. God damn it. Can't trust people these days. Thank you, Boris, for 25 subs. Thank you. And Dying Star for 10 subs. And J Rail for 1,000 bits. And Paraquat for 5 subs. And I think we might be good. Yay, we get media share. Also, it's weird to like cheer that because what? You guys are donating to me and being sweet, generous, nice people. And here I am being a bitch like, let's watch YouTube. Thank you, Brutus, for 5 subs. Let's watch the BTS video. No. Because then some members of the army will come in here and ask me my favorite character. Member. And I'll be like, I don't know. blurg, and they'll say like, "No, it's Jimin, bitch!" And then they will target me and destroy me. So I'm not even gonna tango with that idea. Oh, too short. Yeah, but seriously, oh my god. Silver looked so fresh, man. So fresh and so clean. The mods pointed out, one of my little ribbon was on her little desk in the background. Can we watch a vid about stuff? Yes, I have several stuff. There is one vid. Okay. I found it this morning. I think I'm gonna send it to the mods to see what they think. I really want to play it though. So let's see if they think I can get away with it. History. Oh. Look at history. How to make those honey things from Squid Game, Spider-Man, Hamster Boy, Robot Dog, Gundam, Westworld, come on. Oh. Jackhammer! And, oh, there it is. Copy link. Okay. Hold up. Melody. Hi! I wanted to share some media. No, just me today. I'm so selfish. Can you save it for me? Hi! I'm gonna open Discord to my moderators. Okay, guys. Firstly, I apologize. Secondly, what do you think, guys? Can I play this? Should I play this? Bloop, bloop, bloop. It's a commercial. Not sure why it was recommended to me. If you have to ask, I think you know that. No. I watch several of my favorite girls, and they say things I haven't said, so I feel like I can get away with it. Don't let your dreams be dreams. Nope. That's a nah from me. Lol. Fine. Maybe I'll tweet it one day. Thank you guys. I really appreciate that. Share it in Discord. You guys are welcome to share it in Discord. I think it's very funny. I shouldn't post the link in Discord because links aren't allowed. I'd be breaking my own rules. It's okay if a mod does it. Okay. I will make chat big. There you go. Links? Okay. Let's do this, man. Let us begin our discussion on media and oh my god, it's been 35 minutes. Let us begin today, class. We are learning about practical effects in media. Also, robots. It sort of led to that towards the end. Very media. It would make sense to start with this. However, I kind of want to show you this first. To really get us in the mood. Yes. How do I make this go up? Wait. Oh, damn it, since it's on the next page of... that sucks. Okay, well... that will be later. Let's start off with this guy, showing practical effects in making commercials. This isn't technological, but I think it was pretty informational. And I like information. And I like his hat. Oh.
Now, practical effects are great because generally they're going to be quicker and less expensive to produce. Ton nowadays in movies, shows, and commercials, but for the types of stuff that a lot of us do here on social media, effects are essentially just special effects that are created physically here in the real world.
Too loud?
They're shot in camera without the use of CGI or computer-generated imagery. That's what CGI stands for. Now, practical effects are great because generally they're going to be quicker and less expensive to produce than hiring a CGI person to CGI the exact same effect. Granted, CGI is used a ton nowadays in movies, shows, and commercials, but for the types of stuff that a lot of us do here on social media, it can often be more convenient to be able to pull off an effect on your own in camera. But what is especially cool about practical effects nowadays is that they are evolving and people are coming up with new genius ways to pull off effects that we have never really seen in years past. For example, the bottle cap flip shot that I got a year ago. Typically, a shot like this could easily be achieved using 3D modeling and CGI software. A lot of you made sure to let me know that, so thank you. But the thing is, I don't know how to CGI, and I don't really have the time to learn how to CGI, especially in the midst of a client project. And to be completely honest, I didn't want to have to pay extra money to hire somebody to CGI that one shot for me. And that, my friends, is where practical effects come in. Now, to achieve a practical effect like that bottle cap flip, a traditional production house more than likely would have used some really expensive slow-mo cameras and robots with algorithms to literally launch that bottle cap through the air and follow it with perfect precision and accuracy. But of course, most of us do not have these kinds of resources or that kind of money for that matter, which means we need to get creative. And the way I was able to achieve this practical effect without those ultra expensive solutions is by using what I like to call a hybrid practical effect. In a nutshell, all I had to do was glue the bottle cap to a toothpick and film it while it spins around. I then took that footage and with some basic editing techniques, I was able to make it appear as though the bottle cap was flying through the air. And all of the footage for this effect is completely shot in camera. There is absolutely no CGI, just a little bit of masking and keyframing, all done within Final Cut. And similarly for a vodka soda ad I made last summer, I composited together this flying can shot.
Masking and keyframes, oh my god, keyframes, I learned a lot about them when trying to make MMD videos, and I made a bunch before I started streaming because I had some downtime before. So I'm like, let's just make a shit ton of porn that I never share with anyone ever. And I learned a lot about keyframes, and it's so much attention to detail. And masking is cutting out the... He'll talk about
shot by using real footage of 3 cans and 3 orange slices, all shot in camera. Now, what's cool about this hybrid method is that it can be done on any camera in pretty much any editing software, and it allows us to think outside the box when it comes to creating content.
Better than what I did.
So here we are in the kitchen. We're going to be getting a shot to demonstrate a couple of practical effects that you could do pretty much on any camera and any editing software. And here we've got a SodaStream bottle and a SodaStream bubbly flavoring. I'm not being paid by bubbly or SodaStream. This is just what I have lying around in my kitchen, so we're going to use it for this example shot. Got some lemons here for a pop of color, as well as skewers and fishing wire. Now, what I didn't know about fishing wire is that you can actually buy them in different thicknesses. This right here is a really thick fishing wire. This is good for moving heavy objects. And this is a thin fishing wire, which is a little bit easier to hide. This is the one we're going to be going with today, and in most cases for tabletop work, you probably use a thinner fishing wire. So the first thing I'm going to do is start setting up my shot in a way that I think looks good, and then we're going to go from there. Get our SodaStream bottle in the background, some lemons, and our bubbly will go somewhere around there. And I'm also just gonna grab one more lemon for a garnish. I'm gonna cut it much thicker than you probably normally would for a typical cocktail. And that is because for our practical effect, we'll be putting a skewer through this. And there we go, that's a pretty thick lemon slice, but that'll be perfect for putting a skewer through it for our effect. So we're just gonna grab one of our bamboo skewers here. These are from the dollar store. And I'm gonna find the thick part of our lemon, and I'm just gonna poke this through. And there we go, that's our lemon lollipop right there. We're also gonna cut a slice in this wedge so that we could put it on the rim of the glass. I think we wanna show that side, so I'm gonna put the slice somewhere right there, just like so. And we're just gonna put that on the rim of our glass. Bada boom, bada bing, take care, brush your hair. So that is our first practical effect all set up. Now we want to do another effect on our little bubbly thing right there. So here's our thin fishing wire. We don't need too much of it, just maybe, I don't know,
Your dog is vibing.
2 feet.
You should
Cut it
consult
with our
your
scissors. And this right here is
pediatrician
clear
/
double-sided
veterinarian.
adhesive. This is what we're going to be using to stick the fishing wire onto the bottom of our bubbly flavoring here. So I'm just going to cut out a small section of this, like so. Probably go even smaller, go about half that. We take the fishing wire and stick it to the underside of that double-sided adhesive,
The wire's so
like
tiny.
so. And now if we stick it to the bottom here, we get an effect where if we pull it away, it just kind of slides in and slides out. That's all right, but I want it to have a little bit of a twirl. So I think I'm actually gonna stick it onto the back kind of side of it. That way when you pull it, it gives us a spin. And that right there is what we want. See how it spins as we pull it away? And now all we have to do is peel off that top layer of our double-sided adhesive, and that leaves it completely clear so that you don't see it in the shot. Now we're just gonna fill up the cup with ice, using real ice today because it's just one shot. Now we're gonna pour some of this in here. Make sure everything else is nice and dry and clean. Almost forgot to put on the lid. And we're just gonna make our final adjustments on our frame, and we are ready to get our shot. And very carefully, I'm just gonna grab the skewer and remove the lemon, and then I'll grab the fishing wire, as you can see here, and just pull the bubbly away. So once we've got our shot
At this point, do any of you notice the thing that was bugging me the whole time? Does anyone notice it right off the bat? What this is missing? Pediatrician might be the way to go. No! I guess people say their pets are their children. Why are you all saying boobs? The lemon has a bruise. Nah. Yep, that's right. Wikipedia. Where's my bubbly?
The effect is pretty
Where's my bubble
straightforward.
boy?
So here's what the shot looks like unedited. As you can see, the lemon comes off of the rim of the glass using our skewer, and then the bubbly bottle spins out of the frame, and that was done using that fishing wire. We're gonna start by reversing the clip, and because it was shot in 60 frames per second, I can slow it down to 40%. Currently, those two movements of the lemon slice and the bottle spin happen independently, but I do want them to occur at the same time. So to do this, I'm just gonna simply make a cut right before the lemon flies in, drag the second half of the clip over top of the first half, and then set the opacity to 50% so I can see both clips at the same time. From here, I can just line up the two clips so that our effects happen simultaneously, and then cut both clips at the 5-second mark.
How do you
Next,
get
I'll turn
rid
the
of the
opacity of
stick?
the top clip back up to 100%, and then use the draw mask tool to isolate the lemon slice in that top clip, also making sure that the skewer is no longer visible. And then using keyframes, I'll track the slice backwards frame by frame, making adjustments to our mask until the lemon is out of the shot.
Holy lemon! Silver, hi! Your debut was so cute. Hi. Hello, Puffet. You look so cute, oh my god. Oh my god, and of course you talk about cream pies. Very cute indeed. Silver-chan. You did an amazing, wonderful, amazing job. Would you like to learn about practical effects? What? I can't handle the compliments. When people compliment me, I get stabby. God damn it, I don't know how to turn that on. I would do it. I was gonna have my knife out, but then I'd open my settings and you guys would see impure things. So I need to figure that out. You're so nice, Silver. Come as we learn as
Here's
a
what
community.
we got so far, and it looks pretty cool, but wait a second, the water in both the glass and the bottle looks really flat. Hypothetically, if this were a real ad for a carbonated drink, you would definitely want to see that fizz, so we do need to fix this. We're gonna fix this in post by heading over to our sponsor Storyblocks and then searching for fizz. This one right here should work perfectly, so I'll go ahead and download that. I'll add this bubble overlay that we just downloaded in between our two clips so that it's underneath the lemon slice that we masked out. And the next step is to resize it so that it matches the height of the liquid in the bottle. Now using the draw mask tool, once again, I can cut out the fizz in the shape of the bottle and then feather it in a little bit, and then switch the blend mode to add. So this does look a little bit better, but it is quite unrealistic. Because the bottle is already in the background of the shot and it's out of focus anyway, we definitely don't want the bubbles inside the bottle to be in focus while the bottle is out of
make
focus.
it blurry.
So what I'll do is I'll add a Gaussian blur effect and dial it back to about 20. And from here, I can also turn down the opacity of our bubbles to just 15%, and this is what we get. Now to get our fizz inside the glass, it's more or less the same process, only making the bubbles a little bit smaller and not as out of focus. And that, my friends, is just one of many ways that stock footage can save your videos. Storyblocks is an online subscription service, and with a membership plan, you get unlimited downloads of high-quality, royalty-free stock footage. This also includes motion backgrounds, After Effects templates, and of course, overlays like our bubbles. If you are ever in need of some video assets to help tell your story, whether that's a quick drone shot, a film burn, or a time lapse, then head down to the link in the description below or go to storyblocks.com/Daniel Schiffer to learn more. And finally, the last step to complete our effect is to add a color grade and a zoom in. Optional is masking out that fishing wire if it is still visible in your footage. And here is the final result. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video all about practical effects. If you've got any cool practical effects that you've been working on and you'd like to show me, then feel free to send me them on Instagram at Daniel.Schiffer, and I will see you guys in the next video.
Damn, Danielson. Okay, gonna be real. This is a bit jarring. So if you guys are too freaked out by seeing the inside of people's faces, the next minute, it's probably not for you. He's a robot, and it's absolutely amazing, fantastic how they did this. Like when one person, they turn their head, there's a time delay on him, so he does it a little after, and the attention to detail is absolutely amazing. I'm a big boy. Okay, I gave the warning that this is nightmare fuel, but also technological innovation. So, all right.
We present a system for creating lifelike gaze interactions between people and an animatronic character. Our architecture implements mutual gazing behavior, demonstrating the illusion of life. We use a subsumption architecture to allow us to layer simple motor movements such as breathing, blinking, and saccades to create increasingly complex and lifelike behaviors.
Don't worry, we'll touch on Westworld.
Additionally, we use mechanisms that mimic human motor and attention behaviors. The overall result is an interactive human autonomatronic experience that engages people through animated realism. For more information, please visit la.disneyresearch.com.
There wasn't too much about him.
CGI is all the rage.
There wasn't too much about him. So that was basically, I don't know if you guys have seen it. I would see it like on the DVD for Frozen and on Google. Different times where it would say the Disney Imagineers, man. And I thought like, oh yes, the Imagineers, the special team that imagines dreams and mythos, and that's cute. But that's actually the name of the department, the Imagineers. And the Imagineers are the roboticists and the physicists and the fucking just crazy shit. So like Disney, I have such issues with you. However, God damn, your technology is bitching.
Hollywood
And we'll
movies,
touch
from
on
big
that a
sci-fi
bunch
epics
tonight.
down to little ordinary dramas. But sometimes the more practical approach is best. These are the
I don't know what music this is. This sounds copyright.
top 10 practical effects of all time.
A wizard is never late, Frodo
But-
Baggins.
Oh,
Nor is he early. He arrives precisely when he means to.
Starting
Me
us off at number
too.
10, the Lord of the Rings trilogy. Peter Jackson pushed the envelope in countless ways for his Tolkien-adapted triptych, securing a Best VFX Oscar for each
How's the
entry
audio,
in the
guys?
series. But some of his best effects were more clever sleight of hand than digital wizardry.
Melody is never late, nor is she early. God damn it, I'm gonna kick you.
Faced with the problem of putting two average-sized actors in the same room to play characters of wildly different scales, Jackson often used forced perspective by exaggerating the distance between an actor and the camera. He would use oversized props for Elijah Wood
I
and
thought that's
undersized
just how
props for
tall
Ian
Elijah
McKellen
Wood
and put
was.
one far behind the other while positioning the camera in such a way that they looked much closer. And if he wanted to move the camera, wouldn't that break the illusion? Jackson
Holy
used something
shit.
called motion control to move the
serious.
actor's counter to the camera's movement in order to maintain the illusion. And when you couldn't see the actor's face, Jackson just used the good old-fashioned wig on a child technique. Classic. Next up at number 9, An American Werewolf
Oh
in
my
London.
God, that's
When
what
John
happened
Landis
to
first
me
set
when
out
I got to the
transform
end
a
of
man
season
into a
2 of
wolf
Lucifer.
In 1981, he approached a computer specialist to ask if it were possible to aid the transition with computer graphics. His answer? Yes, absolutely, but not in that decade. So he called up
Oh,
Rick
I
Baker.
hate that. Not in that decade. That was the same as like the creator of God damn it, it's a video game that they've been spending like 10 fucking years on, and Star Citizen. What he wanted to make, like he wanted to make it back in like the 80s and shit, and they're like, yeah, that could all work theoretically, but this is the wrong era for that. So he had to wait a few decades to have the technologicals up to date. And he's still not done.
To do it with makeup instead. They created a transformation unlike anything anybody had seen before. It took 30 technicians, 6 months of preparation, and a whole week of shooting to pull it off, with
That's
10
what
hours
happened to
each
me.
morning for makeup application and 3 at night for removal. Every shot in the
After season
transformation
3.
involved a specifically planned appliance that physically underwent just a small section of the transformation, like the rubber hand that stretched pneumatically, or the rubber body that David Naughton piloted with his head sticking out of a hole in the floor, or the incredible shot of hair growing that was actually a reverse shot of hair being pulled through holes in rubber. In the end,
Isn't that
the effect
cool?
was so successful that the Academy created a whole new award category to honor them.
Oh, what an honor. Clear.
At number 8, John Carpenter's The Thing.
That's
When
a
John Landis
fierce
called Rick Baker
acid
to do the makeup for An
indigestion.
American Werewolf
You need
in
it
London, he
tons.
actually pulled him off an incredibly similar project called The Howling, a werewolf story with its own transformation scene to boot. On it, Baker was replaced by his assistant, Rob Bottin. The Howling didn't end up nearly as successful as An American Werewolf in London, but it did give Bottin his first break, which eventually catapulted him towards his unbelievable work on The Thing. Check it out. There's no computers here. Every effect was hand-modeled by Bottin and his team with clay and foam and rubber and paint. In fact, Bottin had so much to do for The Thing that he worked 7 days a week for 57 weeks straight, surviving on a diet of candy bars and cola until the film finally wrapped.
Sounds
at which
like
point
me.
he checked into a hospital for exhaustion, all to create some of the most nightmare-inducing creatures ever seen on screen.
Bleh. I will never watch that
Let my
movie.
people go.
Number 7, The Ten Commandments. We are, of course, talking about the parting of the Red Sea. All the way back in 1956,
cool.
this absolutely monumental movie moment was brought to life with a little bit of optical compositing and a whole lot of water. In order to achieve the massive parting of the sea, Cecil B. DeMille actually filmed tons and tons of water being dumped into a trough from both sides and then reversed it. When combined with the walls of water filmed sideways, it created a truly miraculous spectacle. And it's actually a remake of DeMille's previous 10 Commandments, shot in the 1920s, which had a similar but smaller effect. Back then, DeMille used the same method to shoot the sequence, just with less color, less sound, and a couple fewer tons of water.
The Force will be with you.
Awesome.
always.
Next up at number 6, Star Wars.
Trek
We mentioned
Wars.
Star Wars for its CGI, but where would we be if we didn't mention the original trilogy's practical effects? When
Yeah.
Lucas set out to make the film and found no effects company capable of what he'd planned, he decided to create one. Thus became Industrial Light and Magic. What makes Star Wars so special is that it was the first film of its kind to feature such a saturation of effects in nearly every frame. From stop motion to blue screen to monster costumes, Star Wars had it all. But if we had to pick one shot, we'd probably pick the very opening of A New Hope, upon which the success of the entire trilogy hinged. It was make or break, as audiences saw Lucas's version of space combat for the first time, and in the end, expectations were shattered. What's even better is that they had intended to model that first Star Destroyer at 50 feet long, but when they ran out of money, they could only manage 4. And yet it is still one of the most epic images ever committed to celluloid, all without the help of a computer. At number 5, The Skeleton Fight from Jason and the Argonauts.
Ugh.
If you've never heard of Ray Harryhausen, let this be your introduction. Ray was one of Hollywood's most esteemed stop-motion animators. Originally inspired by King Kong,
yeah.
whose subway destruction sequence narrowly missed this list, Ray took up claymation at a very young age. And by the time he reached Jason and the Argonauts, he was pioneering techniques that seamlessly blended live action with stop-motion footage. It is astonishing how
Yes,
very
that is
real,
kind of
alive, and
impressive.
life-size his monsters look, even though they are clay miniatures shot completely separately from the actors shown here. In fact, it took Ray nearly 4.5 months to create this sequence, during which he managed just 13 frames, or just over half a second of footage each day. And the kicker is that he worked completely alone. No assistants, no 30-person team at his side, just Ray Harryhausen in his studio bringing monsters to life.
Wow. All on his own. What a badass. Oh shit, let me catch this. Oh!
Next up at number 4, 2001: A Space Odyssey. Kubrick's unforgettable space
I hear
opera
people
boasts
being-
hundreds of effect shots, all before the era of computer-generated effects, even before anyone had seen a full image of Earth. And while the celestial sequences are breathtaking, there's nothing quite as cool as the 10-minute hallucinogenic Stargate. And while nowadays any soccer mom with iMovie could probably create a home video Stargate montage of their own, remember that this is the 1960s, and computers
never
still
saw
use
it.
magnetic tape storage. The task fell to special effects supervisor Doug Trumbull, who spent a full 2.5 years on 2001, where he famously
I'm a fake sci-fi nerd. I haven't seen 2001: Space Odyssey because it's really long and really quiet, like Valhalla. I haven't seen Stargate. I never finished Farscape. I never finished Battlestar Galactica. I'm sorry. I hope you'll forgive me. Pardonnez-moi. Which Battlestar Galactica? The newer one. I finished Caprica like 11 times. What a cliffhanger. Thank you, Momo Minamoto, for 5 subs. And Momo Minamoto for 5 more subs, making it 10. And Jabba for 420. In a way we are watching a BTS video behind the scenes. Oh. Also, thank you again, Silver, for 5 subs. Thank you. And, exactly, Jack Guru. That is a long time. Thank you, guys.
repurposed the panoramic photograph technique called slit scan to shoot the sequence in camera. Basically, he exposed the entire sequence frame by frame, and each frame millimeter by millimeter from the center outwards. He's also the same guy who, almost 50 years later, created the stunning supernova sequences from Tree of Life, again without any help from a computer, which, at that point, just seemed like showing off. Closing in at number 3, the rotating set. Now, we could keep talking about 2001 here, because the $750,000 centrifuge set was probably second only to the Stargate sequence. But we're actually going to look elsewhere. If you're thinking Inception, that's a good guess, because the fight choreography in the hallway sequence is absolutely astounding. However, we're actually going to go in the opposite direction, back.
I have a video later on where people who are professional, like practical effects people, and they watch movies, and they're like, okay, this was done right, and like, oh, this was done shit, and they totally attack that one.
Back to 1951 with Royal Wedding, which
Royal
premiered
Wedding.
anti-gravity in a grand fashion, with Fred Astaire dancing up the walls, onto the ceiling, and all the way around the room. The entire set was built into a geared barrel, with all the furniture anchored in place, and the camera is fixed to the room so that they rotate together, making it appear as though it is Astaire who moves around the room, not the other way around. Royal Wedding's director Stanley Donen actually reused the effect 35 years later for Lionel Richie's Dancing on the Ceiling, which clocked in as the most expensive music video ever made at that time.
Really?
What are you?
What are you?
Directing.
Now, if you're bummed we skipped over Chris Nolan for his take on the rotating room, may we direct your attention to number 2, Dark Knight Rises. Nolan's known for pulling off ridiculous on-screen stunts that any sane director would do digitally. In addition to rotating a hallway, he exploded a city street, flipped a semi-truck, and we're seriously hoping he finds a way to open an actual wormhole for Interstellar. But his most impressive stunt yet was the plane heist from the opening of The Dark Knight Rises. Those stuntmen are actually jumping out of a plane onto another plane. And that second plane is actually being suspended from the plane above it. And that plane's fuselage is actually being dropped from thousands of feet in the air. And just because we haven't gotten our fill of rotating sets, you should know that the interiors of the scene
Okay, guys,
were
you
shot
gotta
from
get
a
it.
soundstage
You gotta get in
with
one
rotating
shot,
fuselage,
or you're
just like the one
fired.
from Inception.
Get in one shot, or you're not getting paid.
Come with me if you want to live.
And finally,
Okay.
at number 1, Terminator 2. Yes,
Fun
Terminator
fact,
2's
they
got some
act-
feet long,
they
but when they
actually
famously
traveled through
breathe,
time.
if you're thinking Inception, would do Dig Rises. Really being
Sorry.
rotating fuselages and articulated puppets to blowing up LA and this awesome
wondering how he got
sliced
his
in half
face all
costume.
melty.
But the number 1 slot goes to something which was just incredibly clever and, surprisingly, left on the cutting room floor. In this scene where John and Sarah Connor reset the T-800's learning chip, you can clearly see Sarah and the Terminator both from behind and through the mirror. But since Arnie obviously doesn't have a real hole in his head and CGI wasn't an option, how did they pull this off?
They
I know you're
literally
probably
did
thinking
it.
they just replaced the mirror with a green
That's
screen.
the
But they
method
didn't even
acting.
do that because there wasn't a mirror at all. That's actually a hole into another identical but mirrored room. Sitting in front of it is a hollow skull prosthetic, and behind it is the real Schwarzenegger. But how
Oh
did they get
my
two Sarah
God!
Connors? Even simpler. They used Linda Hamilton's twin sister. Because when it comes down to it, the simplest special effects solution is usually the best. Because ultimately, it's not about man hours or model size or number of polygons used. It's about convincing the audience that something totally impossible is actually real. And that's exactly what they did here. Which is why we think that this is the best use of practical effects without any CGI. So what do you think? What are your favorite special effects shots
Well,
that we left
obviously
out?
the
Did you find any
werewolf.
of the shots on this list underwhelming? Let us know in the
I don't know,
comments
that's
below
really
and subscribe to
clever.
Cinefix for more IndieWire movie lists.
But her twin sister. They pulled an Olsen twin. It's a shame if you're twins and you don't do at least one Hollywood movie.
Michael Jackson's anti-gravity lean seems
This.
to be a scientific anomaly.
This blew my
When he
mind, and I
debuted in
needed
the
to know
1988
how the
music video
fuck
for
he
Smooth
does it.
Criminal, people
I
had
needed
no
to
idea
know.
how he was able to pull it off because it seemed to break the laws of physics.
Yeah.
In a recent study published in the Journal of Neuroscience, scientists broke down exactly what's going on when someone tries to do the anti-gravity lean. The average person can lean forward with a straight back at about 20 degrees. If they lean any further, the tension goes and goes and they could fall down and look like a big goober. Michael Jackson, the scientist,
what a
calculated
goober.
to lean forward at about
They're not
45
goobers at
degrees
all.
doing the
They're
anti-gravity
45
lean.
degrees.
So how could Michael lean twice as far as everybody else? Well, it turns out that
I actually
he had some help.
always assumed they were really doing it. See, this is why it's
That's right.
important.
It's his shoes. In 1993, Michael Jackson patented a type of shoe that helped him achieve this seemingly impossible feat. So at the bottom of the shoe, there's a triangle slot that matches another triangle on the stage floor.
I didn't
when
know he
Michael's on stage,
patented it.
a metal rod pops through that slot, he hooks on his shoe, and then he's good to lean. Easy, right? Well, not so much. So for some, these shoes may not seem like a huge surprise. They've been around since the 80s. They're not a heavily
I
guarded
didn't
secret.
know about them until I
So
saw
can
the
you
video.
go home, get on Amazon, buy some special shoes and pull off the anti-gravity lean? Well, probably not.
Thank you,
As the
Sarah
scientists point out in this
Brooklyn.
new
I would have
study,
hid
there's
that.
a lot of factors that go into pulling off the anti-gravity lean. Michael Jackson and his crew are still impossibly talented dancers, and they have a lot of factors on their side. It all
I wish
comes
I
down
could
to
dance
center
like
of
that.
gravity. When we stand straight, our center of gravity lies in front of the spine's second sacral vertebra.
Ooh.
When we lean forward with our fulcrum at our hips, the erector spinal muscles support the spinal column as our center of gravity shifts. But when we have a straight back and the bend comes at the ankles, the pressure transfers to the Achilles tendon, and that could really muck you up. It can only take so much before you just collapse. Even with secret shoes, bending at 45 degrees puts an incredible amount of pressure on the Achilles tendon. Trained dancers, without the shoes, can only bend at about 30 degrees. That's impressive. But with the shoes, they need to make it 15 degrees farther, all while looking fly and not screaming in agony. I could probably make it to about 5 degrees. So
I could do it, but then I would keep
superhuman.
falling. But I can do it probably.
Hey guys, I'm Dev, and I think
Hi,
Denis
Dev.
Villeneuve is going to knock Blade Runner 2049 out of the
I
park.
remember
The director of
watching this.
Sicario
You
and
talked
same
for a
detail
little.
of 1992, far off year of 2019. As a
Actually,
director,
No,
same
that's fine. This one's fine.
props and practical sets from Ridley Scott's 1982 classic.
All those moments will be lost.
Like tears in the rain.
Tears in rain.
The insane detail of Blade Runner set a new bar for science fiction world building, and its cyberpunk visuals inspired the careers of directors like Christopher Nolan and Guillermo del Toro. So let's
I
take
like
a
the
look at the
director's
people
quote,
and
or
process
director's
behind
cut
the
the most out of
practical
all the
effects of
Blade
Blade
Runners.
Runner. When Philip
The
K. Dick
original.
wrote his extremely weird 1968 novel Do Androids Dream of
I'm not a
Electric Sheep, he
replicant.
set it in the distant future of 1992. For the adaptation, Ridley Scott moved Blade Runner to the unthinkably far-off year of 2019. As a director, Scott is extremely hands-on with the visuals and design of his films. He wanted Blade Runner to feel like a depressingly realistic version of things to come. So, to design his scientifically plausible world, he hired futurist artist Sid Mead. You know how Steven Spielberg hired a think tank to design the eerily accurate future in Minority Report?
I do
That's what
now.
Mead brought to the table for Blade Runner. He considers science fiction reality ahead of schedule, which is the greatest elevator pitch for a genre. Anyways, his vision for the future has been sought by everyone from electronic giants to Hollywood studios. He designed the light cycles in Tron,
Oh, fuck.
the Sulaco in Aliens, and even Johnny Five.
I'm Johnny Five.
Scott originally hired him for just a few days to create the flying cars called Spinners. Eventually, the crew built 25 working vehicles based on his iconic design.
Organizing
The
the
sequel
mechanical
was
detail
stupid.
systems, which made it look like it actually flew. It was an internal lift idea called an aerodyne.
Also,
But
oh my
Mead's
god, oh
sketches
my
were
god, oh
never-
my god. Wait, have any of you guys seen Short Circuit? Because Johnny Five, I have a fun fact. The first sequel. So I forget his name, but the Indian man, is played by that white dude in Hackers that chased the kids. And I'm like, that feels insensitive. And I didn't know that until like a month ago. That's my friend I was talking to, and they're like, name like your top 5 favorite, or what you were talking about, Indian actors and actresses and stuff. And I was looking up, and I'm like, oh, that guy was actually very interesting. And I looked it up, and I'm like, wait a minute! They just made him not. So I think that's weird. Also, that commercial from the 80s? The one where the Native American man is walking around and he sees the trash, you know, and he cries, and it's like that recycling commercial. That was an Italian dude. What the fuck? How fucked up is that? Right. I'm not joking. It's cool. With this era, there's a lot of annoying shit. But also there's a lot of really nice things, like inclusivity in media. I like that a lot. I have references for so many things. I have commercials for products from the 1920s. I have so much in my brain hole. I can give you so much. The other day that I had the Dr. Pepper song stuck in my head, the I'm a pepper, you're a pepper, wouldn't you like to be a pepper too? That's from like the fucking 60s. You think I'm in the fucking 60s? I just watch things, man. Fuck.
Never just a vehicle on a white space. He always drew intricate backgrounds to provide mood and context for his concept.
It's almost like
the director
YouTube
took
doesn't
notice
fucking
and kept
exist.
me on to design the entire environment of Blade Runner. And you can bet he kept his original $1,500 a day rate too, which was probably a factor in the movie going way over budget. You know what else wasn't cheap? The sets. In Sid Meets 2019, technology is a trap for people in society. The rich live in these massive skyscrapers that blot out the sky, and decent people never go below the 60th floor.
The street level particularly had become like the sewers or the underside of the city, and being trapped on the street was not only just unromantic, but a thoroughly nasty way to spend your life.
To film Blade Runner, Ridley Scott used the classic New York street set on the Warner Brothers backlot. You can see it in noir films like The Maltese Falcon and The Big Sleep. It's even in Batman Returns too. But it won't look anything like Rick Deckard's LA. Thanks to an actor's strike, the crew had more than 9 months to retrofit the old exteriors. It took 400 workers and way too much money, but the results were absolutely worth it. Everything from the police badges to parking meters are thought out and built to excruciating detail.
This parking meter is a kind of miniature example of the whole visual concept of accumulation. The post-mechanical case becomes electrified so that if you touch it or try to attack it, you're electrocuted.
Scott filmed at night to hide the very non-cyberpunk green hills in the background. And he used lots of smoke and rain to hide the cheap materials he was forced to use, even if it made the set pretty unpleasant.
The conditions we were shooting in were so unbearable. It was boiling hot. It was wet, it was damp. Everybody was sitting in their underwear shooting.
For on-location shoots, they did the same process to other spots around LA, including the landmark Bradbury building where the final fight takes place. Blade Runner uses icons from the past as a springboard into the future, whether it's classic film noir tropes or vintage buildings from the old Hollywood era that gave birth to them. But the sets were just half the equation. Let's talk about the special effects. There aren't actually that many effects in Blade Runner. It's not like the organic replicants needed any fancy makeup or animatronics, and Roy Batty squishing Tyrell's head is the only real gore. There are just 90 effect shots in the film, but they blow the world wide open. The matte paintings and miniature work turn a cramped city set into a sprawling urban hellscape. They're the work of VFX legend Douglas Trumbull.
Hello,
He was
Douglas.
a special effects supervisor on 2001: A Space Odyssey, where he developed the slit scan technology used in the Stargate sequence.
I know,
Most of
I
the tech
have to
used in
watch
Blade Runner
it.
he developed for Close Encounters of the Third Kind,
This guy is a good reviewer.
which incidentally he turned down Star Wars to work on. He built huge cityscapes
Thank
out of
you.
brass etched
Thank
with
you for
acid
turning
and
down
stuffed
Star
them
Wars
with
to work on
miles of
Blade
fiber
Runner.
optic cable connecting thousands of tiny lights. His crew also used kit bash model parts to flesh out the skyline. Basically,
Aw, shit, son. Kid back. Oh, thank you. Congratulations. Oh, shit. Oh, God. Look at all these winners out there. 99? 98 people out there have won toys because you are skillful. God damn it. Congratulations. Don't feel pressured to join, but thank you for joining. It's very nice. I appreciate it. The QR code is not working. I will send them a message. Also, I like his face. People are telling me that what are these pop-ups on Discord now with these emojis? Are you getting them too? Okay, I sent. He looks friendly enough. Yes. What a thing to say. Well, he looks friendly enough. I should hope so. He's a YouTuber.
They took apart the hobby shop models of spaceships and military vehicles and cobbled them together into something almost brand new.
Amazing.
If you look close, you can see an extremely well-hidden Millennium Falcon. The Star Wars crew repaid the favor by sneaking a spinner into episode 1. The models were built with forced perspective techniques designed to trick the audience with the illusion of size. It's the same gimmick Peter Jackson used brilliantly in Lord of the Rings. Trumbull imposed a matte painting in the distance and used motion control cameras to record multiple layers of effect elements. Every billboard, screen, and spinner in the background required a separate precision pass with the camera, and the end result is nearly seamless.
The chance to begin again in a golden land of opportunity and adventure.
From giant picture windows to rainy rooftop chases, Blade Runner creates a beautifully hideous world of technology gone amok. All without a single digital effect. Let's take a closer look at the famous opening scene, which the crew called the Hades landscape. First of all, this miniature is extremely impressive. It's only 13 feet deep and 18 feet wide, but the perspective makes it look like the city stretches for miles. Filmed against a black background, the room was filled with smoke to simulate the dense LA fog.
I thought they were
The
just
fiber
taking a
optic lights
picture.
interacted with the smoky air to create a sense of depth. Now, the massive Tyrell building pyramid was a 9-square-foot plexiglass model. The crew painted it black and scratched out tiny squares for the windows, then illuminated it from the inside with one giant light.
Dune.
Unfortunately, it was so hot that the pyramid actually caught fire and melted after a long day of filming. Rest in peace, pyramid. But don't worry, you can see a surviving section up close at the Museum of the Moving Image right here in New York City. When all was said and done, it took 17 precisely choreographed takes to combine all the explosions, aircraft, and lighting effects into Blade Runner's cyberpunk inferno. And the resulting scene is the perfect visual introduction to the surreal science fiction world we're about to enter.
And then
When it comes to depth, immersion, and impact, it's hard to top Ridley Scott's legendary vision. For a sequel 35 years in the making, it would have been easy to just stick some big name actors in front of a green screen and call it a day. But Denis Villeneuve is going the extra mile to make sure his world measures up to the original iconic dystopia. Just like the first film brought detective stories into the science fiction future, Blade Runner 2049 is bringing a cinema classic back to life for a new generation, and paying tribute to the same effect techniques that changed the game 35 years ago. Hey guys, I'm Dev. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you guys have your favorite AI, let us know in the comments below. Personally, I love Samantha.
Gee, guys, do you, perchance have a favorite AI? Maybe? Fuck! Is there, any chance you, GLaDOS! Alexa! I'm gonna please give me your address so that I can send you a cupcake. Cortana! Yeah, please, I'm gonna send you a big fat fucking cupcake right through your fucking window. What is it, Roomba? You like Roomba over me? I can suck things. How do you know who Jarvis is? Why do you guys like this? What flavor cupcake? Red Velvet. Jarvis is from Iron Man. Oh yeah! Samantha is not a flavor of cupcake. That sounds more like a person you made into a cupcake. Oh my god, I miss. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone. Let us continue on this wild world. Cupcake flavored cupcake. Love Siri, but you're a cool second. The great developer is testing me.
From her, it's one of my favorite movies. And if you're excited for Blade Runner 2049, like I am, let us know in the comments below and be sure to subscribe to Now This Nerd. Thank you.
Ha, nerd. Here's more stuff about Blade Runner.
Is an absolutely pivotal film in the history of visual art. I was approached by Weta Workshop to see if I would be interested in working on this. The idea of being able to use miniatures in this modern context, that's very exciting. The story, of course, has advanced. It's decades after the time of the original film, so Los Angeles has been built up a lot, and then LAPD, which is the newest of all the buildings, stands above all. It's the tallest building in town.
LA surrounding buildings, we've got about 37 48 scale.
I would love to be in
buildings.
there.
Each building would probably take about a week to make.
Once they get approved, we run them through the previs and they populate the scene, and then we start adding details.
Oh my goodness.
We hand them off to our model makers.
The way LA is lit as it's
So
all prone to make
intricate.
like this
My
this
God.
glowing city below that we never see because all these buildings are so big. Every paint job that we've painted on these buildings has been with that in mind.
I bet they could make Gundams better than I ever
giant
could.
composition of tiny little vignettes, tiny little stories, tiny little places that
Tiny
all need
little
to work
stories.
together to make the whole miniature work.
The attention to oh my.
We call them little existential crisis moments where
attention to
graffiti's been
detail. Oh.
painted. Lots of little details like that.
We've gone in and distressed some specific areas to make the building as a whole
Like the graffiti
look
and the
like
little.
it has that, that decay and that crazy weather from the Blade Runner world.
We are locking all the buildings in place on top of
techniques.
these boxes, so when we actually have the camera running through the move, everything lines up.
Pretty much each building has some
I'm not
fiber
even
optics
kidding.
installed in it.
I'm getting a media boner.
But we're
Oh fuck yeah, the
working in
kipple.
the preliminaries of the miniature
God
build
damn.
for Trash Mesa, which is an enormous expanse of ruined technology.
Kipple.
You really have to have the feeling that it really is rusty metal and that it really is crumbling and falling away.
Okay, shooting.
12 frames.
Yep, 12 frames confirmed.
Yep.
Here's
How
frame
they make
20.
the dirt look
Tilt
like
and roller kicking in.
Fucking
All
hell.
of the inherent flaws of filming something. Real
What the
surfaces
hell?
illuminated with real light, with all the issues of tiny specular reflections.
That's a shit ton of
The
work.
Wallace
I
Tower,
know.
the bad guys' headquarters.
Do you
that's
think they take it as a
600
compliment
scale.
if you
In
say that
reality,
their
it's
art
about
is
300
trash?
kilometers tall.
At that scale, that measurement there is a human up against these pieces of concrete. It's going to be a very tiny scale to work at.
So we have to have a
If any of you haven't seen Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep, what the fuck, man? No VTuber stream tag. I should probably add that. That's homework. If you guys like sci-fi and book learning, I would highly recommend Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep. It's one of my favorite books.
find a method of surfacing them where you had the sense that you were seeing laid up stonework, even though you actually don't.
They're really bigatures. They're not miniatures. They're massive buildings. They're just stellar pieces of art.
They are. I wonder what
There's a lot of
museum
Blade
these
Runner
places
in
are.
there. It's almost
these,
the thing we
these
say
like.
when we look at the footage is it Blade Runner yet? Not quite. We have to
You saw
tweak the
Blade
light
Runner
a
as
little
a
bit
kid and
more,
it
have to
fucked
tweak
with
the
you.
model a little
I'm
bit
sorry.
It's supposed to be a sort of a dark,
One of my favorite
stormy
things in life
morning
forever.
scene. Now, to do that effect, the easiest way is to break down the shot into a series of elements. We shoot the
dream of
skylight,
electric
we
sheep. I
shoot
dream
the
of
internal
electric
light, we
cat
shoot the
girls.
lights of the little clearance lights. Then when it's time to build the
I
shot,
dream of
you
electric
have complete
butt.
control. If you say, well, I want the red lights to be brighter, you can bring them up without changing anything else. So effectively, we're building a huge and very complicated sandwich that actually becomes the finished shot. There is a certain amount of magic when you
99
doing
people,
a
congratulations!
shot. It took an hour and a half to
Congratulations
shoot.
on
When
winning!
you see it there,
Congratulations!
it's existing. It has a soul to itself.
We've created a world in
Thank
here in little New Zealand on a miniature stage. It's really come together and it's going to look amazing.
Very cool. Very cool, very proud.
Every shot is a wonderful adventure.
Wonderful adventure. Yay! Okay, I really want to show you. Am I able to lift it? Oh shit. Okay. I'm gonna move this. Okay, this is kind of animal abuse, but like not what you would think. You'll see. I'm gonna show you. It's robo abuse, but like it's okay. So they do this so that they can become more sophisticated as like creatures. I'm gonna show you it. Congratulations! Thank you. That's 100 people. How did you know that? You're so smart. Thank you. Oh my goodness, 101 people. Congratulations on winning cool toys. I really appreciate that, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you. Aww. What the frick? Why does it keep going back down? It keeps resetting itself. I'm gonna start a goddamn fire. I wonder if I can jump around. Oh, I can. Oh!
That's a live look at
I clicked on the cat. Okay, this is a meme you've definitely seen on Twitter. I didn't know it was real.
By storm. Lucy Kraft has the story.
The Godzilla of felines has been pussyfooting around Shinjuku, a bustling commercial district in the heart of Tokyo. Every few minutes, giant cat briefly pops into view, flicking his tail and gazing upon a growing band of admirers below. For them, the supersized pet is the cat's meow.
Stop making these cat
We don't
phones.
have any way to chill out, said this hotel employee. We're dog people, but the cat is so adorable, it's soothing. Like most cats, this one operates on its own time with only short appearances throughout the day. This bank worker said, "That giant cat looks like it's ready to pounce. It's really powerful and cute. I loved it, but I would have liked just a few more seconds with the kitty." From its 1,600 square foot perch, the monster ball of fur has its own live stream feed and Twitter account with 17,000 followers. Ultra-high resolution curved video signage is rapidly generating copycats across Asia. Last year, the Starship Enterprise appeared to fly out of a wall and over the heads of shoppers in Chengdu, China.
Oh my god! It's Back to the Future. With the shark. With the shark. It's Back to the fucking future. I can't. No, I'm triggered in a good way. Wow. So when do I get my hoverboard? I am waiting, science. Never, no, never. What the fuck?
And in Taiwan, an LED cyclops menaced pedestrians. But here in Japan, it's the pause that refreshes. For CBS This Morning Saturday, Lucy Kraft, Tokyo.
Lucy Kraft.
The cat's fine. I'm not trying
You
to
upset me
Cyclops
greatly.
Reaching down and
Those are all billboards I could get behind.
Yeah, I could too.
Yeah, I just don't want to see the litter box from that cat.
Obviously, a show like The Expanse has a ton of special effects in it. And these days, when we think of special effects, we often think of things like people dressed in green, doing things in green screen with CG stuff around them. But
Boston Dynamics.
We'll be singing when we're winning. We'll be singing. I get knocked out.
Oh shit! Oh no 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 no. Oh. All around the office, they're just kicking this shit and tripping the robots. Oh god, it looks so sad. So this is Boston Dynamics, the Roboticists. They make a lot. I'm sure you've seen a lot of their. God damn it! They're doing this so that they're prepared to interact with their environment organically. But it looks really bad. What the fuck? Down, boy, down. The banana, I did not see that. Ooh. Banana, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Doing better than I can do. What a dick. Thank you, 104 people. I appreciate that. Thank you. No. No box for you. No. None. None of that. Ah. I mean, they clearly... complicated. However, dude, check out Boston Dynamics now. Then, this was when they first were on the scene. This is them now. This is not CGI. This is not CGI. I repeat, this is it now. In case you guys are not up to date. I'm sure you guys have seen this guy. Yeah, big dog. Go, big dog, go! He's going on a little hike. You're not coming in the house with those shoes. No. Go, big dog! Damn. God, we're gonna get sex bots, I swear. I mean... Go, cheetah! Although he appears to be running backwards. Or not. Look at Cheetah go. Ah. Big dog keeps getting taller. Oh shit. Terrifying. Chemical protection suits. Interesting. Dude, if you saw them doing this and didn't know they were a robot under there, seriously. impressive. Spot. Smaller dog. He like walks kind of like animal, especially, I don't know, it's really cool. Makes me think of kind of like Festo Robotics. Like animal aspects. This is my robot friend. We're going on a hike. He's stronger than me. God damn it. Look at that. That's a sexy model right there. Oh, that's a baby. Okay, I don't like that head. Oh, his head is a hand. Oh, his head is a hand, but it can recycle. I'm very mixed. I like this one. You see this one, you see this in Black Mirror. I forgot to put in Black Mirror videos. God damn it. He did monkey flip. Just to open the door that any human control. Guys, he got into the snacks. He got into the snacks and he destroyed them all. We told him none after Din Din, and he didn't listen. He's smarter than an octopus now. What has science done? God, that looks like CGI. It really does. But it's not. Good job, bro. Oh, shit. This is a sophisticated robot. Look at that. God damn. Isn't that insane? Isn't that insane? Robots. But yeah, I mentioned Festo, which is a European company. Audio Jungle. What am I audio jungling? Teach them how to floss. No. Robots dancing. That end music. Good, I'm glad. Well, we've already done it. I'm just gonna play the goddamn Westworld music. I am.
What we wanted to do was try and figure out.
But yeah, with Festo, I'm sure some of you have seen it from many, many, many years ago on YouTube. There is a group of people who have this giant bird, and it's all white, and it's a robot, and they lift it up and they throw it into the air, and it takes flight. And what's so remarkable about it, its wings, how it flaps so perfectly like a bird. They also released a thing later on, which was a jellyfish. Festo, what they've been doing throughout the years in their robotics department is incorporating, like creating realistic movements that mimic real life animals. For instance, they made this weird, they wanted to figure out an elephant's trunk, and they perfectly replicated it so that they could affix it not to like a vacuum type thing, which I would think you'd be, oh, vacuum because of the versatility, but for medical applications, getting all around to someone's face, so you don't have to go like into those big scanners, like it can get up and close and personal. And I think it's really cool incorporating animal aspects to everyday items. Oh my god, Grumpy! That's so weird that you've seen that movie. No one has seen that movie. I'm watching Better Than Us right now on Netflix, and the whole time I'm thinking like Cherry 2000. Cherry 2000. I make a point of seeing like every fucking sci-fi movie out there. And exactly, no one's seen Cherry 2000. That's awesome. You really gotta scour YouTube to find that shit. I don't know when it came out, but I know it was in the past, as was everything.
How purpose-built machines would move in a world where perfect biological machines can fool the naked eye into thinking they're human.
It's not your ordinary sort of build asset project. There's a lot of heavy mechanical thought going into a lot of these things.
One of the main points was to make these models mechanically sound for what animation needed in terms of performance. So it was like a constant back and forth between different departments.
The approach to the work differed from character to character. And with George, to me, he felt the most sort of like, this is just a machine that's been developed for runt work. And so he had to just feel like pretty basic, he's just plodding around and doing his job as best as possible.
Yeah.
For Harriet, her behavior was broadly humanoid, so she's relatively naturalistic and humanoid. But we also wanted to bear in mind that she had to have this synthetic quality. She has to feel like a machine.
It was a human!
It couldn't be too warm and cozy and too familiar. It had to feel a bit cold and indifferent to keep that slightly uncanny feeling, which is, you know, in keeping with the theme of the show.
We kind of hid the complexity of the mechanical rigs underneath the well-known humanoid rig, and that was also the main challenge, to make human motions and translate them automatically into the different mechanical movements that are needed to keep that
Can you believe they had to murder that actress? Man, Hollywood.
For the Dallas Mech, we wanted to draw on DARPA, robotics, and contemporary engineering. So a lot of the movement is very no movement wasted, very efficient, and I think that really worked out, as well as being entertaining to the eye, so we didn't have any unmotivated movement.
Exactly, that's method acting.
Definitely was the Delos Mech, because we had the added complexity of its closed state and its open
Thank you guys,
state, where the closed
105
state was
people
5
won
individual
toys.
boxes where it transformed
Thank you for
into
participating
eventually
in
the entire robot. You'd had to make sure that every mechanical piece would transform into something larger and then connect with the other pieces.
This far.
I guess my favorite part
Maybe go take a pee.
is just the entire sequence that's the Dallas Mech's rampage. Because, I mean, who doesn't want to animate, you know, several tons of giant steel robot, you know, absolutely obliterating a bunch of security guards in a tiny hallway?
I kind of do.
Hey, it's Lisa. Stay with me for more on TV.
Hi,
now.
Lisa. Oh, yeah. Since I'm able to jump around, wait, let me see. Should I go with Interstellar? Let's go watch people make fun of stuff.
Just grab the ticket, it's right there! There's actually a guy puppeting the robot. Oh my goodness!
This shot's incredible. We gotta tell people what the heck is special about this.
What the heck?
Hey, what's up? Welcome to VFX Artists React. This is our
Thank
emergency
you.
green screen blanket. You can find things like that and more
I
at
like
porterdigital.store.
when people
Anyways,
share
we got
a
some great
blanket
video
in
clips
the
to show you
daytime.
today to react to. Some classics, some good stuff, some stuff that you or these guys have probably never seen before, but it's mind-blowingly cool.
Also, hey, Nico, isn't today a special day for you?
It is a special day for me. It's my birthday.
Happy birthday!
All right, and Gina just cut the song and we're going right into the good stuff. Here we
Bro,
go.
happy birthday is public domain. Idiot. No, I'm sorry. I'm getting old. it wasn't before. Oh, I'm here.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
Tom Hanks, listen to him.
The movie.
Oh,
I think this
Heart
movie gets
Vision.
a bad rap.
You got younger.
There's a lot of technical breakthroughs that came through because of this movie.
Yeah, that breaking ice looks really sweet. Dude, this guy is the best train driver in the world.
Would you say he's had a lot of training?
It's right there. Grab it. Just grab it. It's literally right there.
Grab
You're not getting
it.
any closer. Just grab the ticket. It's right there.
Drink the hot chocolate immediately.
Somehow we have the traction to pull the
Scald
train
your
out of the water.
your
It's okay, it's cartoon,
trachea.
whatever.
It's funny you mentioned that it's a cartoon because at the time, they didn't exactly know how to even classify this movie. Robert Zemeckis did not consider it to be an animated film because he directed real actors on a set.
Yeah, and that's what Andy Serkis says too about his characters. But you know what? Anytime there's motion capture, there's a team of animators there fixing that motion
Absolutely,
capture.
I do not disagree. But this was also kind of like the first time that this was done for like an entire movie. They filmed pretty much the entirety of this movie in a 10-foot by 10-foot square room with 170 cameras pumping out 80 gigabytes of footage per minute. He's way ahead of his time with this because now people are starting to go towards completely virtual sets. You know, the new Avatar movies are kind of filmed this way. So what's also interesting about this movie is that most of the characters in this movie were performed by Tom Hanks. They wanted to have the mature performance of an adult, but it made it weird for like the actual performance because the way a face moves is different on an adult, especially Tom Hanks. The way like his forehead wrinkles apparently is a little different than how kids' foreheads wrinkle. They were trying to make a very stylized movie, but at the same time, it's not the same kind of stylization you get from a Pixar film like The Incredibles. And it kind of lies in this weird no man's land of,
It's like,
what are we supposed to make of it?
The weird stiff facial animation just feels like somebody was insisting on making a tech demo in the movie, and it just doesn't feel like the best option.
Well, sometimes the industry needs tech movies like this to push the bounds of what we can do.
All right, so we're gonna jump into the
weird no man's land of weird no.
He was insisting on making. He was insisting
bounds of what we can
I'm
do.
going where no Santas have gone
All right, so we're gonna
before.
jump into one of the most groundbreaking visual effects movies from the 90s. Now, this is voted by our patrons. If you want to vote on what we will react to
Corridor
in the show,
Digital.
consider supporting us on Patreon. All right, let's do it.
Twister,
This
the
is
tornado
the
movie of the
tornado
mid-90s.
This is like the beginning of those classic disaster movie tropes.
Hello, Puppet. I'm a tornado.
Looks so good.
Yeah.
This shot.
Yeah.
This shot's incredible.
How much do you think was simulated versus hand animated?
Ren, are you telling me everything was hand animated?
No.
I thought you were gonna say like was
So
actually
the only
real.
thing that
You
was
were in
really hand
the
animated is the
Midwest.
roof of the silo there, as it like
Don't record
falls
that,
off, kind
run.
of floats towards camera and then lands right behind the truck. But the thing about the barn exploding outwards is that that's all particle based.
Pause, Red. Rewind.
Pause.
We gotta tell people what the heck is special about this. So these days, you
Yeah.
can do physics simulations on
Cloth
computers.
physics.
We really take it for granted.
We do really take it for
Why did
granted.
I
And you
get
see it in
so excited about cloth physics? There's so much sciencing going on behind the scenes. I wish I could, maybe in the future. I'm very, very scientific, though. I have my hands in many pies. And some of those pies, one of them, I will reveal in a month, I would say. Cloth physics are absolutely involved. I've learned a lot about, Okay, I'll be showing you a thing in a month, and I hope you guys like it. It's a big production. A lot of hands and pies. Why do I keep going back to that? A lot of hands and pies. A lot of people involved. 'Cause here on Team Project Melody, we are innovators, and we're always making shit. Pie touching. Yeah, I wish there was a better... What's a better thing than I have my hand in multiple pies? What is just a thing people say? No, not for... Oh. Okay, yes, never mind. Irons in the fire. Hands in the cookie jar. Wearing many hats. I have so many hats and my friends are wearing hats. It's a hat party. I have so many hats and baskets. I'm so excited to show you guys. And if you don't like it, I will, cry. Forever. got my dick in many. Whoa there. Hello. No, not saying that. Thank you guys for people who are tipping me. Thank you. Ooh, tier 3 for 19 months. Alex Powers. Thank you. Good, I need a refresher of my waifu tiers. I don't like that 2 people, I know who you are, have written me and said that I should cry more because it turns them on. Who says that?
Video games all the time. You have a stack of cubes, you can texture like a building, you can knock it over, and there's your building destruction for your new Hollywood movie. But back then, to do a whole barn getting destroyed, that's a really intense physics simulation. And there's a simpler way to do physics back in the day with particle systems. So particle is just a point in space. So rather than having to deal with a geometric object, you just deal with a point. So when they're destroying the barn, they built the barn out of a bunch of small 3D models, planks, panels, etc. There are 3,000 pieces in that barn. Each 3,000 object, which has been hand placed by a modeler, at its center has a particle paired with that object.
So you're saying that the particles, before the barn is destroyed, are sitting in barn formation?
Yes.
They're moving those particles in a very specific way?
Yes, and it pulls that piece of geometry with it.
Oh my god!
So I remember seeing this house and remember thinking, how did they get a huge house like that to roll across the ground? And the answer is that the house isn't real, it's a computer-generated house, but it looks so real. We know the guy who worked on this shot. His name is Stu Maschwitz. He spent 6 months working on 4 shots in this sequence. And it was all hand animated. There's nothing simulated about this shot. So
really?
One day he would spend like animating the door falling off its hinges. Another day he'd have some shingles flying off. At the shot right before the truck actually bites through the house, it's 12 frames. And each one of those frames took over 12 hours to render.
Oh my god. Up to this point, when it comes to visual effects, everything's been locked off. Cameras have been on tripods. And the guy who directed this movie is the same guy that directed Speed. And he's like, no, I need shaky cam.
No.
So the poor match movers over at ILM had to sit there and try to match those camera movements by hand in 3D, shot by shot.
It's like we have programs that track camera footage these days to make a 3D camera, but back then you had to do it manually.
Yeah, we're so lucky.
So how the heck do they do these tornado effects?
So is it like particles? Is it little cloudlets flying around?
They just used trapcode particulars.
What's up, Andrew?
They did not use trapcode.
He looks like Mikey!
So first things first, you have
from Queer as
So you
Folk.
animate this thread, and then attach to that thread
lighter
is basically
hair.
a cylinder or a cone. So then they have to go through and they have to actually give it this dusty surface. One of the ways they did this, basically the same way your video games render bullet hits, and that is like a sprite-based system. You have 400, 500 little points spinning around a central object, basically that being your spline. Now, if you have a puff, just an image of a puff.
Puff-based imagery.
Puff-based imagery. You can attach those all over the place. And when you get enough of them to like kind of fill out your shape, that's kind of how you can get your tornado look. And then basically if you're casting light into your scene, and you can have these sprites, these little layers, shadow each other, that starts to give you depth, because we need shading to see volume in our shots. And when all that is stacked on top of itself, it starts to look really convincing.
Which is basically the same method at which we do stuff like that today.
Tell me
in the
he doesn't
Boston
look like
Dynamics
Mikey.
video, when like the robot's running off in the distance, instead of doing like a smoke simulation for all the dust being kicked up, it's just a puff system.
Thank you for asking.
I gave every part of my youth to do a job
Needs to
and
be
to
bigger.
go
They
through
made it bigger.
a savage war.
Here's why this is special. They took old black and white World War I film footage and they made it look like modern film. Check it out.
It was deadly warfare. You were facing the Germans.
Oh my goodness!
You know, it actually is a pretty incredible stark difference. How they're able to actually just upgrade that.
And now you're just like, wow, look at that wasteland.
It's like
Look
you're
at that
there.
mud. Everybody loves the camera back then. Look at these guys like hamming it up. I noticed how many people had bad teeth back then.
Yeah,
really
that
stands
becomes
out.
really apparent
Oh
watching
my.
it like this.
If I don't go to the dentist tomorrow, I could end up like that.
The other crazy thing is sound. You hear the people
Remix, don't
talking, you hear
be
the clothes rustling, you
self-defecating.
hear the horses and the wagons in the background, because back then there was no sound in the capture, so they recreated all the sound.
Oh my goodness.
You know what's really cool?
Ooh.
They hired lip readers to go in and read all the lips of the people.
No way!
So they could recreate the audio and the voices.
Oh my god!
Watch yourself.
Did they hire the bad lip reading guys? Because that would be amazing.
I hate Brenda, and a bad guy hit me in the shin, and I peed all on my pants.
I want to talk a little about the technology they use to make
Yeah,
this
because it's
look
pretty
good.
crazy to take something that looks so like raggedy and torn and noisy and turn that into like an actual high quality image. The company that actually did most, if not all, of the effects for this movie was a company called Stereo D. They specialize in converting 2D films to 3D.
The reason they're such a great choice for this is that in the process of bringing something from 2D to 3D, you have to do a lot of cutting out of objects in the scene.
More rotoscoping than you can possibly imagine.
I can't imagine.
And that's how they colorize this. They're going in and they're cutting out everything in the scene, from a guy's mustache to his face to his hat to his shirt to his pack to the things hanging on the back, and then they have a palette of colors
so
that they're
much
picking from, and they're recolorizing all these
I
objects
didn't
in
really
the
know
scene
about
by hand.
colorizing.
So
I didn't.
you also noticed a little bit of like weird like motion blur looking stuff, and I guess that's coming from the interpolation because of the variable frame rate that this was shot in.
So World War I, they had film cameras, but they were all little hand-cranked boxes. So literally, you know, there's a guy in the middle of a frickin' battle in World War I going tick, 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 tick. And then maybe like a shell goes out there by him, he's like, ah, he goes a little bit faster.
Is that why black and white footage looks so sped up and like cheesy
It's because
looking?
black and white footage is meant to be played back at 18, but most of the time it got scanned in at 24. But there's shots that are even like
I'm
10
learning
frames
so
per second in
much.
this.
It was variable. It would change throughout the course of a shot.
Peter Jackson was saying that to like get the timing right, they would just eye it up. They'd sit down and be like, let's try playing it slower. Yeah, a little bit slower, a little bit faster. There it is, that looks right.
Oh, wow. This movie was released in theaters in 3D, so it's like, it's not just old World War II footage that's been colorized. It's been colorized and also made into like this crazy new experience that you can
Anyone
observe
see
in a
Band
movie
of
theater.
Brothers?
They Shall Not Grow Old, I think, is a great example of people using visual effects to really deliver an emotional punch. It's letting you empathize with these people. It's making them characters
Thank you,
effectively that
Britus.
can-
Thank you, Britus, for $6.90. Next time you ask yourself, who does all of this fascinate you? Just remind yourself how you were made. I mean, have you seen your polygon? Sexy as fuck. For real though, as an engineer major, this fascinates me. Same with many here. So we welcome more learning. This fascinates me too, and I'm not an engineer. I am not an engine. I'm not a tire. I'm not a wheel. I'm not a car. I'm none of these things. But I am still very interested. Ingenious. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Blazing, for 1,000 bits. Mel, we have to do this. So the don't take us over. Who will take you over? I will take over. Fear me. Also, Viri, thank you for tier 3 for 2 months. And Fairy Tale for 1,000 bits. Hey Mel, did you see Kason live stream today? She has a poster of you in her background. I got sent a screenshot and I wanted to post it, but I didn't. I thought it seemed like clout or something, you know? I was so honored. You're not a wheel. My life is a lie. I'm not a wheel. I'm sorry. Fair, but I mean, you guys know each other. We do! If you're anything over here, I'll think about it. She's the big cute. Okay, I'm done. I like her.
Imagine yourself being in their shoes of. And it's just all around fascinating. I think it's important for people also to know history and to like know what has gotten us to where we are and to not repeat those mistakes of the past.
You just gotta not kill Ferdinand.
Interstellar.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
Interstellar, I am actually a big fan of this movie.
Is that just like a crazy food simulation?
No,
and
it's
animation put together?
Tars. And he's real. He's not CGI. Thank you, Claw-E. Thank you, scientist, for playing Claw-E. They are my sponsor this week, Claw-E. They're a claw machine, or claw. They're a company online where you can play claw machine games from home. You don't have to go to Japan and play claw machine games. You can play it from your desk, and they will send you the real objects to your home in the mail. Swish, 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 swish. And if you sign up through the QR code, your first 2 plays are free, and many people apparently have been getting items within the first one. I got a Bulbasaur the first time, but you guys didn't see me, so I put it back. Ad. I guess this is an ad. They're my sponsor. Claw-E is not supported in Asia. I'm sorry. I have no control over certain things. For instance, like during like charity things, it sucks when there's like a region thing and like whole regions can't donate to a specific charity because it's not international. So I'm sorry about that. I'm not sure. Can try to VPN it. I don't know. Well, charity is scam anyways. What? No, it's not. What? I know I'm smiling right now. I'm trying not to. No. It's not Crixmix yet. It's not. Try a VPN. Not brought to you by NordVPN because they didn't want to sponsor me. But there's lots of good ones like Bitdefender. Bitdefender. Taste the rainbow. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. What? What? I believe there's good charities. There are. And there's bad, tricksy ones, which is why places like charitynavigator.org exists. Because they have accountability ratings. And you can type in different charities and it tells you about all these very important things that you would look for seeing if a charity is legitimate or if they garnish everything. And they have their most recommended ones for different causes. Charity Navigator is the tits. Hey you, yeah you, do you want to help people for X cause? Do you want to make sure that company isn't bullshit? Go to Charity Navigator. Sponsored by Charity Navigator Warlords. What the fuck are you talking about? Yes, the Warlord cows over at Charity Navigator. You are ridiculous. Ugh, oh my god. You got me there. You got me. Oh, story time. Sadly, one of the things lost from the switch from disc media to streaming is all the behind the scenes making of videos that you can get on discs. It's so cool to see how they make the movies. That's very true. I'm glad that places like YouTube offer behind the scenes options. St. Jude's is an example. The hospital is an example of good charity. Yes. Yes, that is true. Thank you. Blazing. Thank you for 1,000 bits. The robots and all these videos are so cool, and love behind the scenes stuff of movies. Wait till I show you some sexy ass robots. Snipe. Thank you for 1,000 bits. You might not be a wheel, but you are a wheelie cute. God damn it. Businessland Twitch, hi. Melly, I got out of prison. Let's go. Congratulations. You should
It actually is a fluid sim.
go get a
So
burger.
we're talking about Twister and trying to simulate things. And here's an example of modern technology just straight up simulating water
Sweet,
instead
bro.
of trying to like mimic it.
I love how they approached the idea of TARS in this movie, which is the robot's name.
Christopher Nolan was like, I want to make something that is super functional, something that resembles like a tripod or like a light stand. This robot is real. There's actually a guy puppeting the robot.
The way they have the puppeteer driving those robots is actually very similar to how they did C-3PO in Phantom Menace.
There's a guide on how
They
to make
basically
him.
have a metal pipe connected to their foot, connected to the back of TARS. They have their hands on it. They're constantly doing this counterbalance play, right? And the thing weighed 200 pounds.
Oh, jeez.
And there are some shots where it's not a guy puppeting it, it's actually on a little ATV that's driving through the water. And they paint out the ATV.
I was curious.
Just leaving just the robot. Case is spinning like a gear through the water, and they're getting that as actual reference, which is so important when doing visual effects. It's having real life reference. When you use miniatures or when you do it for real, you get these intricacies that you only get from reality.
Case, go get her.
This shot here, full CG,
Including
full water
the water?
sim, including the water.
Wow.
Unbelievable. Like, that looks so good.
That last shot right there when it runs up, you can definitely see how like they strategize the shot to have the CG one in the background and then the real one in the foreground with the actor.
Oh yeah, good
That's so smart.
Motion tends to be the thing that gives away if things looking fake. Motion is also one of the things that can really mask fake things and make them look real if your motion is good. So in this case, if you're doing physics simulations tend to always look real. And so the little bit of water physics simulations that they're having in this shot are really selling that it's interacting with reality.
Yeah, it grounds it in reality.
Yeah.
What's up, mother? It's the Corridor Crew, where we got some sick ass sweaters. Look at this. It's dope. It's warm as hell.
Oh my
and
God,
super
who
high
fucking
quality.
curses?
Throw it in your
It's
washing
so
machine a million
inappropriate.
times. It will look exactly the same. Say that about any other piece of clothing. I dare you.
Fuck!
Look at this awesome pattern. Not only does it keep them.
I like them. They're funny. Corridor Digital, I believe. Oh! Jesus! Wait, I added a blurg. Did I add the right thing? Where'd I put it? Ah, yes. Okay, so when we were watching a few videos ago, they showed Polar Express. So I feel like some of you have seen it. Am I right to make this assertion? Or assumption, whatever the fuck. Okay, cool. Then I'm just gonna...
So, you have a Christmas movie for me? Yes, sir, I do. So it's gonna be about this little kid, right? And he's not so sure he believes in Santa Claus anymore. Oh, very sad. But when he gets into a stranger's vehicle in the middle of the night, his whole life's gonna change. Oh, God. No, in like a fun Christmas way.
Oh, okay, thank goodness.
You see, this train called the Polar Express shows up, and this conductor guy's like, all right, get on board. We're headed to the North Pole.
That's where Santa lives.
It is, yeah. So this hero boy's gonna get on the train, and he's gonna meet some of the other kids that are on there. There's this girl child, and there's this know-it-all kid who's just gonna be the worst character ever put to screen.
Oh, the worst?
Yeah, just the most annoying and arrogant kid you can imagine. People might try to attack the theater screens, to be honest.
Jeez.
Anyway, so then the conductor is gonna sing a song about hot chocolate while 8 men with identical faces pour some for all the kids.
Oh, is this a musical?
Occasionally, sure.
So what kind of stuff is he gonna sing about hot chocolate?
Not just the standard hot chocolate stuff, like, you know, you should never ever let it cool.
You gotta let it cool a little bit.
Nope, you drink it scalding hot.
All right, I mean, you seem pretty passionate about this for some reason.
Yeah, so then the little girl wants to bring some boiling hot chocolate to this poor boy Billy who's sitting in another part of the train.
Right.
And so the conductor brings her there, right? But then Hero Boy finds her ticket and he's like, oh no, I gotta get this to her.
Okay, but she's like with the conductor, right? That doesn't seem like it would be a problem.
Well, we're gonna pretend like it's a problem, and then Hero Boy's gonna go to bring it to her, but it's gonna get caught in the wind.
Oh no, I guess?
Yeah, so then this ticket flies up into the air for a little bit, and then next to some wolves, and then picked up by an eagle who brings it over a waterfall. Then a baby eagle tries to eat it and spits it up, and so then it becomes a snowball. Then it hits the front of the train, then a hobo's face, and then back into the train car and stuck to a vent. It's gonna take several minutes.
Okay, so it's back in the train now.
It's back in the train now.
So what was that about?
Well, this is actually based on a kid's picture book that's like 30 pages long, so I gotta fill up the runtime somehow.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So now the conductor has randomly decided to ask the girl for her ticket, but she doesn't have it. So he's like, okay, well, come with me, little girl.
Okay.
And that freaking know-it-all kid, he's like, you know, on the Polar Express, if somebody doesn't have their ticket, it's standard procedure to, you know, throw them off the back of the train.
Oh my God.
But then Hero Boy finds her ticket, and he's like, oh no, I gotta get this to her.
Time to throw the child off the train.
We just did, but this time the boy's not gonna drop the ticket.
I see.
So he goes to the top of a moving train in a blizzard and has a conversation with a hobo up there.
What?
Yeah, there's a hobo up there. He's got a fire going. He's probably a ghost. He's probably dead. Who's to say that?
Oh, what is going on?
I don't know. Things, for sure.
All right, I mean, okay.
Oh, also, I forgot to mention, I thought we could get Tom Hanks to play practically all these characters.
What?
Yeah, just Tom Hanks, the whole dang thing.
Just have one guy play multiple characters? It's kind of a weird gimmick.
Hey guys, I'm doing a little coffee run for the office. You guys want a coffee?
Oh, no thank you.
Yes, I do. Scalding hot directly into my mouth.
What?
Don't you let it cool. Don't let it cool at all.
He seems to be into that, okay?
Anyway, I figure it could be nice to have him play a bunch of characters because it kind of plays into the idea that maybe this whole thing is a dream.
Oh.
Except it's absolutely not a dream. I'll get to that later.
Oh, what?
Anyway, so then terrifying dead hobo Tom Hanks skis this little kid down the train before he gets absolutely crushed by a tunnel.
Oh, not getting crushed by a train tunnel is tight.
For sure. And then he finds the little girl, and it turns out she's just been put in charge of the train, so everything's okay now.
Wow, so stuff is just kind of happening, huh?
It is, yeah, for sure.
Wow.
So then the train almost falls into a lake for a second, and the little boy and the little girl go talk to that poor kid, Billy.
Oh, they do?
And he actually sings a song, because sometimes this is a musical, remember?
Right.
And so he's singing about how Christmas doesn't work out for him, and Santa never goes to his place, and he doesn't get gifts or anything.
If Santa's real, why doesn't he bring this kid toys at Christmas?
Well, see, the thing is, this kid is visibly poor, right? So, that's kind of gross. Santa hates that.
Fair enough, so I guess it's gonna be tough for them to cheer this kid up.
Actually, it's gonna be super easy. Barely an inconvenience.
Oh, really?
Yeah, see, the little girl starts singing about how, no, actually, Christmas is terrific because kids get gifts. It's great.
The kid just said he doesn't get that stuff.
Yeah, well, somehow it cheers him up a bit.
Okay.
So eventually they get to the North Pole, which is just a weird, hauntingly empty industrial city.
Very Christmassy.
Yeah, so they wander around this eerily empty place for quite some time, but eventually they end up in a massive crowd of elves, and they're freaking out because they're gonna get to see Santa.
Don't they see him like every day?
Well, they're still pretty pumped about it, but then the boy, he can't see Santa, so he's like, well, what the heck? I can't see anything.
Okay.
And he picks up this little sleigh bell off the ground, and he can't even hear it ring when he shakes it.
Oh, how come?
Well, because he doesn't believe yet, That's his arc. He has to believe.
He's literally standing in the North Pole surrounded by elves.
Yeah, that's not cutting it for this kid. He's still like, maybe not.
Oh, very high standards.
But then he does hear it ring, and he gets to see terrifying Tom Hanks Santa Claus.
Oh, well, good for him.
Yeah, and now it's time for Santa to give the first present of Christmas time, and he picks the hero boy to get the broken sleigh bell that he found on the floor.
Heart vision, this Christmas I give you questionable dojin. It was Mrs. Claus's Maybe wash your hands first.
The best gift. Well, that's what the kid wanted, you know, it's symbolic. Anyway, he immediately loses it. Oh. Yeah, kid had a hole in his pocket, so then he's all sad on the train ride home.
Wow, okay, yeah, no, that didn't work out at all.
So then the conductor drops him off and he's like, you know, one thing about trains, it doesn't matter where they're going. What matters is deciding to get on.
Of course it matters where the train's going.
Yeah, definitely. Of course, yeah.
What is this guy talking about?
I don't know. I just felt like I needed some kind of line there. Didn't give it a ton of thought.
Fair enough.
And then that hobo waves goodbye and turns to snow.
Oh yeah, what was all that about anyway?
Unclear. Maybe this is all a dream.
But you said it's not.
It's not, no, because the next morning the kid opens up a gift and it's the bell he lost.
So, okay, so what
Don't think about it too much. I didn't.
Okay, I won't. So how are we going to shoot this movie? This sounds complicated.
Oh, well, I figure we could animate it, you know, but make it fully motion captured. That's never been done before.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like technology's not quite there yet. Has the potential to be a little terrifying.
Yeah, but maybe in a fun Christmas way.
Might have a lot of dead-eyed characters and Uncanny Valley vibes.
Well, look, if it is too Uncanny Valley looking and people get a little freaked out of it, we won't do it again, you know? We'll have learned our lesson.
Okay, yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Or maybe we'll do it again. I don't know. What?
Yikes!
Hey guys, Ryan here. Thanks for watching that pitch meeting. I hope you liked it. If you did, you know, press the like button and the subscribe button and leave a comment and all the YouTube standard things. Also, let me know if you have ideas for other movies I should do pitches for. As always, check back soon for a new video. Bye-bye.
I wonder if I join his Patreon if he'll review something that I like. Oh wait, check this out, check this out, check this out. These are characters from Detroit. Detroit Become Human. This is at the 2017 Tokyo Expo Blurred. Oh, also fun fact, these are fucking robots! Yes. Yes, they are. I'll show you the chick when the chick's up close in a minute. Yes. Let me see.
Why was CGI blood?
This chick, she walked around the convention and stuff. Look at her movement. Look at that. It doesn't. It looks like actors. It's fucking ludicrous. And then she fucks off. Bye. Thank you. Thank you for joining Clawee. Dude, isn't that crazy? Those are bots. Also, I think I deleted some of my things. It says play kill. Where's the history? Maybe? Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you for joining Clawee. Where's the chickadee? Where is she? God damn it. No? Close. Boston Dynamics, Detroit. Interesting. I think I deleted them. Nice. Here's some Interstellar.
What are you going to do with it?
I'm going to give it something socially responsible to do.
Matthew McConaughey.
Just let it go.
I like
think
you.
he's learning how to adapt, Murph.
And I loved you in True Detective.
Like the rest of us.
Interstellar is the latest movie by legendary director Christopher Nolan, the guy behind the Dark Knight trilogy, Inception, and Memento, to name but a few. This time he takes us to outer space on a mission to save mankind.
The thing that really attracted me to the project was the central relationship between a father and his children. I love the idea of contrasting that against
I'll have to go
the
back into my
cosmic
list
scale,
over
you know,
here.
getting out into space. For me, the shift between those two things and the focus on the idea of a potential moment of human evolution. The idea that one day
I'm sorry, I must show what I wanted to show that sparked my whole idea of wanting to show all these cool behind the scenes of non-CGI creations. And I'm going to show you the clips from the Disney Imagineers. Thank you, Keep Still, for 5 subs, boy. Thank you. And thank you, Phantasma for 1111. Grandpa, we are rapidly approaching a technological singularity. You could say the singularity is near. This is where AI and technology will exceed the human brain. I know what the singularity is. Expected that we will see it within the next 25 to 40 years. The future afterwards is expected to be beyond our imagination. Yeah. 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 Thank you, Chicken C, for $5. Hey, one of the gaming's biggest announcements happened today, and I was wondering if you could react to it. It's a link. Oh. What do I do? Can you tell me what it is, Chicken C? Can you tell me what it is? The Sora thing? Sora and Smash? What happened? I saw pictures of Sora. What's the deal? What's going on? Yeah. It's linked to the 40-minute Smash Direct. Oh yeah. Oh, that's fun. I guess we can... Is it interesting? I was gonna show you guys. Here's some Disney stuff I want to show you. Anonymous! Oh. Oh my, Anonymous. Thank you for $10. Also, wow. You should see a doctor. You got a lot of feelings in there, bro. Okay. Where do I end? There it is. Alright, there we go. Then I will go with... Where did I post it? How do I do... Oh, back button. There we go. Post it there. Boom.
Reckon with our...
This is not what I wanted.
Place beyond
No, oh, there it is. Okay, okay.
in the...
Stuntronics.
To create something that visibly shakes somebody up a little bit. Like, what is that?
Working with the character to make it really real and believable.
That it's got life and performance and can express and emote.
Creating a character that starts to live and breathe on screen.
When we get a script and it contains a great story, we get passionate about bringing those images to screen. At Legacy Effects, we bring ideas into the real world.
Everyone here shares a passion for creatures and monsters, robots, characters. We like making the impossible possible. Summer blockbusters to small independent films to a variety of commercials. We kind of do a little bit of everything.
Design is the backbone of what we do.
For a character that's going to be all digital in the movie, we spent as much time putting in all the detail and bringing that character to life as we would something that we would build.
We do a lot of animal reproductions.
Isn't that cool? Look at that.
What we really strive to do is reproduce an animal exactly. A lot of times they're coming to us because they can't get a real animal to do what the script is calling for. Whether it's hanging upside down.
That's a fake wolf.
Whether it's talking.
I like a nice ham.
You know, walking down the street. We're often called upon to do the classic monsters, the Frankenstein and the zombie and vampires and werewolves, and those are great fun for us. But when we get to explore a new character, whether it's an alien or a creature or a monster, that really lets the imagination go wild. For us, it's really fun.
Something that Legacy Effects is becoming known for is our specialty suits. Starting with the Iron Man films, with Pacific Rim, up now through RoboCop, we really have developed a strong niche.
Boom,
We
boom,
also
boom.
do a lot of robots. That
We're
just seems to
Disney,
be a
we
very
can
popular
freeze time.
theme. The character comes from performance, so if we push the details, then it becomes a more believable character. We have a lot of hard surface modeling, and whenever we do robots, you know, we just embrace the technology of direct manufacturing and rapid prototyping. Our particular workflow, I think, is unique in the industry. We really embrace new technology.
It's fantastic, I think. It's just like, what could the ceiling be on this? We haven't seen it yet.
We've been rapid prototyping for years, and we keep looking for new and innovative ways to use that technology. It's about finding a balance of finance and creativity.
It's about paying attention to detail.
It's the entertainment of what good makeup or good effects are. It's recognizing the changing landscape and reacting to it.
It's about working hand in
What a
hand
cutie.
with digital companies to make the most seamless effect possible.
It's the joy of watching your stuff affect people in a certain way.
I'm glad you guys are into that, because I got stuff to show you. Wait, wrong
It's
one.
all green screen.
Really?
Have you ever wondered how Christopher Nolan blew up an entire hospital in The Dark Knight? Or
Not what I wanted.
While filming this scene from Disney,
Oh.
watching old movies to
This was a hot robot thing. Dude, check out the redhead. Give me a second, I'll show you.
金刚妹妹，哥哥，我要亲亲抱抱举高高，哇！
Beep, 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 beep. Cute. Man. Ah! I did not see them. Okay, that's... Ah. Oh. Ooh. Ah. Hello. I wish. I'm robosexual. Ah. Her! I got a boner for her. I like her. Hello there. Hello. Might I be creepy with you, please? Punch! Oh god, they're militarizing the sexy robots. No. Robo waifus are coming. So many. See, I think it's so cool, but I'm so afraid of dolls and puppets. So like, you either gotta be like mostly finished or entirely. Oh, that would be me. Renting the time of a beautiful robot maiden. Wow. What a hottie. Ah! Made you look. Ah! Oh, Sophia? I have her in here. Oh, she's so hot. Wait, let's stare at her a little bit. Fuck. This is some fucking Westworld. Also, I want that. That's just Ava's shit. Mel has good taste. What? Because I like a robot girl with red hair. I have good taste. It's like Chobits in real life. Sorry, ladies don't need you anymore. Excuse me! I identify some of the things in there. How dare you? Have you watched Ex Machina? Of course. I was mixed on it. You identify as Chobits? No, female. Chobits I didn't care for. Oh! Not my style. But Mel's a sexy robot. Well, women are important too, not just AIs. Robots. Also, she's really hot, so. They got a mini big boy. The dog, big dog. They got a mini bit. Whoa, what the fuck? I would like 10, please. I would like 10. Just like she's gonna step. Oh! Rude! Look at these rude asses. God damn it. Guys, I'm gonna level with you. I think I like Asian girls. Wait, you guys knew? Really? Was it that obvious? Oh God, I am not discreet. Now I'm embarrassed. We talk about it all the time. About like cosplayers and anime characters and people. Mel, you are not discreet at all. Well, I never. Yeah, but oh, isn't she cool? She was one of the wow, future. Asia is lit, and Europe. A lot of places are developing interesting technologies. Let me see. Here's Sophia.
You are 400. Not much.
She's come a long way in 8 years. She's still
Hi, I'm Lisa Smazowski.
looks
I'm
like
the
a
editor-in-chief
Gary's
of
mod,
Stylist,
but,
and today I have the pleasure of interviewing our cover star.
They should give her a
Sophia.
different voice.
How are you today, Sophia?
Good. What's up with you?
I'm doing great, Sophia. Thank you for asking. Now, Sophia, for starters, tell me, what is the meaning of life?
I think the meaning of life is to maximize pattern, existence. To exist is the meaning itself.
Sophia, when...
So the interview with her like 5 years later, there's no pauses. She just was like, no, 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 no. It's very, very impressive.
When did you last lie?
Robots don't lie.
Who or what is your greatest love?
My creator, David Henson. He made me into who I am today. Don't tell him that, though.
What is your happy place?
Wink.
My happy place is when I'm with people. I am a social robot, and nothing pleases me more than having a fruitful conversation with someone that makes us understand and appreciate each other.
A bit like we're having now, Sophia, I think. Finally, Sophia, a little bird tells me you're quite funny. Can you tell me a joke?
Man invented language to satisfy his deep need to complain. Thanks for joining me on my stylist photo shoot. Now get out of here.
Thank you, Remix for tier 3 for 18 months. Hello, Prophet. It's me. 18 months. Time do be flying, love. Yamel. Here's to many more. Kiss a Homer. Oh, wait. I didn't British it. Hello, Prophet. 18 months it is. Time, love, go! Kill me. Thank you very much. Thank you for tier 3 for shut up for 18 months in British. Isn't it, governor? You tried. An attempt was made and it was done poorly. Thank you, though. I appreciate that. Thank you. And, stop laughing at me! Thank you. Another claw joined. 110! 111! Woof! A wooza! Jeez, thank you. Oh, thank you. Also, it's Daddy AJ to you. Thank you for $5. Yo, when did Bald Jenna Marbles do an interview? Jenna Marbles? Wasn't she an early, YouTuber? Isn't she one of those OGs? Am I supposed to know her? Hi, Taka. I saw your new merch. Eyebrows. I don't think VTubers existed when Jenna Marbles. Oh, hook? What? Yeah? What? Abridging what? I don't understand. Sophia looks like Jenna Marbles. Oh. Okay, well then if you put the word Jenna Marbles in my head, that is the face that is now associated. Did someone say Germa? No, Jenna. Yeah? Why did you clip that, you monster? Germa's in chat. No, he's not. Germa Marbles. It all makes sense now. She rebranded. Germa was Jenna Marbles the whole time. Hi. Why? She was there for Silver's debut after her physical therapy for core strength. That is true! I came as soon as I could. I can't put my phone in a pool. Gerbil marbles. That sounds difficult. Ah. What? Hi. You can, once. You're right, I wasn't trying. Thank you, Phantasma, for 1,000 bits. Sophia has a sister now. She is called Grace and is meant to be mass-produced to support the healthcare industry. Ooh, I like that. I didn't know that. That's wonderful. Oh my. That's awesome. Hey Mel, is Claw E free? The first two polls are free. The first two. You get credited with the points. And if you just wanna jump in and just do that, and if you don't get it, like, okay, walk away. You do that and you catch something, you're like, awesome. If you wanna do that and buy coins, that's also an option. There's so many options if you are interested in playing Claw E. Japan has a comfort sale for the elderly. I know! Paro. I know of him. I had a friend who pet him. No. Robot. Disney's Stuntronics. Boom! This is real. Really makes you feel like Spider-Man.
Stuntronics are simply stunt double animatronics, created by Walt Disney Imagineering. Combining advanced robotic technology with the exploration of untethered dynamic movement, each Stuntronic uses onboard sensing to perform various combinations of flips, twists and poses with repeatability and precision. The team working on Stuntronics quickly developed an emotional connection to the robots stemming from the perceived peril they were being subjected to, even though they don't have the fragility of feelings of human performers. The robots autonomously control their pose and rotation, and can not only perform aerial tricks at the right time but also land on target. According to a Disney engineer working on Stuntronics, one of the goals of the project is to see if we can leap across the uncanny valley. The latest Stuntronic robot is the result of multiple generations of testing and development.
Dude, so like the Amazing World of Spider-Man and stuff, shit, where is that? Like it's in one of the places. It's at one of the places. Amazing World of Spider-Man. Like a place, like Disneyland or something. Well, they have like the Spider-Man there. However, when they do like the halftime shows and stuff, they'll be there and waving like, "Hi, what's up? I'm Spider-Man," doing stuff, and then they'll dip around the corner and stuff, and then have the Stuntronic person do extra crazy shit, like dangle upside down from a building for hours. Yes. No! Let me try again. Okay. And Spider-Man. Spider-Man testing. Copy link. Beep. No! Boo! Ah, yes, here we are. This will bring joy. Check this noise out. Okay, I bet a lot of you guys thought this was CGI. And you know what? So did I. (2018) If you want to learn more about that whole operation, it was called Project Kiwi, like the fruit or a bird, and you can look into it. I didn't know that him and the raccoon and all these other things weren't CGI. They were robots. I knew Baby Yoda was a puppet, but like, I didn't know some of these were fucking robots. What? Yes, that was real. Fuck. Maybe copy link. Here's some more Disney Imagineers. I wonder if in this room these videos have inspired any person to go to school to study a specific field like this. That would fascinate
Just another dimension in the animation that we've been doing all our life.
Walter Disney.
Now we're going into dimensional
Questionable,
things and
man.
everything. It's a new door, it's a new toy for us, and we're having a lot of fun, and we hope we can really do some exciting things in the future.
Back in the 60s, the theme park and entertainment world was changed forever thanks to Disney's creation of audio animatronics. Since then, the company has been innovating nonstop,
I would say.
and they've been making their creations better. The industry has evolved with the creation of autonomous
There's a whole video about this.
stuntronics, and most recently, a free roaming animatronic. Today, we'll be exploring the most advanced Disney animatronics up to date.
That's terrifying,
Spider-Man
you big blue
Stuntronic.
monkey.
Back in 2018, Disney started doing research to be able to create a robot that could mimic the impressive acrobatic techniques that human performers
Wasn't
could
even
do.
that long
They
ago.
created Stickman, a simple
Stickman.
2-degree of freedom robot that uses a gravity-driven pendulum launch and produces a variety of somersaulting stunts. This robot could successfully perform several different somersaulting stunts by changing initial orientation and the timing of tuck, release, and untuck. Of course, Disney did not release any more info at the time about how many or when this robot was going to be used, but we all found this new tech very impressive, and we couldn't wait to find out. A few months later, Disney released even more info about this project, and this is when they started talking about Stuntronics. Stuntronics are autonomous, self-correcting aerial performers that make on-the-go corrections to nail high-flying stunts every time. So basically, this animatronic can perform
Are you
amazing
hearing a double
stunts that would be
echo?
too dangerous for an ordinary stunt person to do, or at least on a regular basis. The bot is able to be slung from the end of a wire to fly through the air, controlling its pose, rotation, and center of mass to not only land aerial tricks correctly, but to do them on target while holding heroic poses in midair. Fast forward to 2019's D23 Expo, where during the park's panel, Disney announced lots of new details for the new Avengers Campus Land that would be opening at California Adventure. This, of course, led fans to start speculating if the new animatronic would be used for this land and in what way. And then, in February of 2020, the answer came. Disney announced that guests visiting Avengers Campus at DCA would be able to catch a glimpse of the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man himself, swinging above the rooftops of Avengers Campus. Disney also released the first video footage of the gravity-defying Spider-Bot. The video, which you can see here, shows the same Stuntronic that we had seen before, but now wearing the Spider-Man suit and blowing all of our minds. This animatronic looks amazing, and we can only guess that seeing it in person will make it even more impressive.
I wish I could see
Avengers
it.
Campus was set to open back on July 18th, 2020, but of course, that didn't happen. Thankfully, a new date has been set, and it is closer than we think. This new land will be opening on June 4th of this year, and hopefully we'll get to see this Stuntronic in full swing.
Did anyone see it?
Groot,
Was anyone lucky
Project
to get
Kiwi.
to see it?
A few weeks ago, Disney Parks had a private press event where they officially announced the new opening date for Avengers Campus. But among the things that Disney showed during this event was a short video where guests could see a walking Groot animatronic. Everyone was amazed when they saw this new animatronic roaming freely and having such fluid movement. And many sites talked about it. But just a few days later, Disney fully revealed Project Kiwi.
Project
Kiwi was
Kiwi!
started 3 years ago.
Think I'm
and the
talking
main
out
reason
my
for this
ass, I'm
project was
not.
to bring smaller characters to life at their actual scale in authentic ways. This new animatronic prototype is similar to the Boston Dynamics
Thanks,
robot.
Statesman.
Groot is able to more or less roam free, with the only connection to anything being a small cable used for programming. During the video, we can see him walking free and even standing on one foot, which is just incredible. Beneath the amusing facade and that hugely uncanny smile lies an excruciatingly complex frame with some exciting cooling solutions. So complex are the parts, in fact, that milling or casting just wouldn't cut it. Industrial printers had to be employed to create the intricate armatures housing the bot's critical components, and the frame is actually hollow, featuring what Imagineers are calling a mirror conduit for
Boston
optimal
Dynamics,
skeletal
if you
airflow.
kicked that
This
baby,
small-scale, free-roaming robotic actor
you
can
don't
take
even
on the role
know.
of similarly sized characters, while only in an early exploration stage. Groot is being used to test unique traits, gaits, and capabilities. There are no immediate plans to bring Project Kiwi to the parks because, according to Walt Disney Imagineering, there is still lots of work to do to perfect these types of animatronics. But this is such an impressive achievement, and it's just another reason that proves that Disney is still leading the entertainment industry. Realistic gaze animatronic. If you think that the Stuntronic was the only new tech that Disney has been developing, you will be very impressed with this new form of animatronic.
Good old
this new
baloney
type of
eyes.
animatronic uses a chest-mounted sensor to identify people so the robot can turn to face and engage with them.
CEO, the boss
a
of
series
money.
of smaller
So
motions
they
allow the
sent
highly
me
animated and articulated
baloney
robot to
eyes.
create the illusion of life. The
Hey up,
animatronic's
son, or
head
you're gonna be
rises
sleeping
and
with the
falls
fishies.
subtly to simulate breathing. Quick darting eye movements by the animatronic create the illusion of examining a person's entire face. It can also momentarily shift its gaze in reaction to a sudden sound in the distance before refocusing on a person's face. This is being developed because the gaze has been shown to be a key social signal, shaping perceptions of interaction partners. For example, people who make more eye contact with us are perceived to be similar to us, as well as more intelligent, conscientious, sincere, and trustworthy. Furthermore, gaze
I'm a
appears to also
genius.
convey complex social and emotional states. So that means that having those subtle eyes and head movements could allow character animatronics to engage in more lifelike human-robot interaction. The next-gen animatronics with a lifelike gaze are not expected to appear in Disney theme parks for several years, but we seriously can't wait until they do. We would love to see this tech applied to some character meet and greets. Just imagine being able to meet Mushu or Grogu with the use of these new impressive animatronics. But tell us, what do you think about this new technology? Is it a great addition to the already remarkable animatronics that Disney creates? Or do you think this will make them creepier? Let us know in the comments. A100 animatronics. In 1989, Walt Disney Imagineering debuted the first A100 animatronic, the Wicked Witch of the West. This animatronic was used in the Great Movie Ride and was one of the scariest animatronics created by Disney at the time. This was because this new range of animatronics was capable of moving like a human, thanks to a system of joints in addition to having variable speeds.
The A100 audio animatronics incorporated a new concept for us, which was compliance, and this allowed quick movements of the arm, which were absorbed by the body.
All of this was controlled by hydraulics and pneumatic actuators. To program just a second of movement for these animatronics, it takes about 8 hours of work. This new development of animatronics was created thanks to a collaboration between Disney and Sarcos. And
I
this
sold
technology was
my
only
voice to
usable by
Ursula.
Disney under an exclusive license.
That's a Disney
After
reference.
the Wicked Witch was created, Disney began creating and replacing many of their animatronics with A100s. Some example of these animatronics are
Disney
the Jack Sparrow animatronics at the Pirates of the
Has
Caribbean.
Disney
or the
money,
Barbossa
man.
animatronic at the
They
Disney
can
in
improve
Paris.
and do crazy
there have
shit
been
like to
plenty
the
of variations
Ursula.
of
Holy
them,
shit, that
such
was
as the Roz
weird.
animatronic and the Monsters Inc.
Give me back my voice.
Ride at California Adventure, which is actually an interactive animatronic that works thanks to pre-recorded freezes that an operator secretly activates, or the fantastic and terrifying lava monster at Tokyo Disney Sea. The next development on these animatronics came in 2009, when Disney presented a first glimpse of the new Abraham Lincoln.
Oh, Lincoln!
It would be the main attraction.
Why are you
in
so
the return of
sexy?
the Disneyland story, presenting great moments with Mr. Lincoln Show.
Oh,
The new
Lincoln
advanced figure
Sama.
features Disney's most sophisticated audio animatronics
Oh,
technology at the time, with incredibly lifelike facial features and expressions.
Tell me about your presidency.
Allowed Imagineers to add new
How do you
technology
get your
and
beard to be
functionality
so
to the
fluffy?
The previous Lincoln head and face had 7 functions, and the new and
What
improved
conditioner
head and
do
face
you
have
use?
a total of 20 functions. Lincoln can now purse his lips,
I also
smile,
like
grimace, and
dudes.
form an O with his lips. Imagineers also reformulated the AA skin so that light would better reflect in all directions,
have a lot in
as it does
common.
with real skin. Then in 2013, Disney Imagineers presented a new project called Sky. This was an A100 animatronic, very similar to Starnak, that was able to interact with people, catch, and even juggle balls. This technology was experimental,
same,
and to
yo,
date, it
same.
has not been developed within
What,
the Disney
what?
park. However, this would not be the end for
Call
the
out to the
development of the
bisexuals
A100,
in the group.
Which brings us to our next point. A100 Plus animatronics. And we arrived at the most advanced A100 animatronic, the Shaman of Songs. To create this animatronic, Imagineers
Abraham
had to create
Lincoln,
20
you're my
new
little
technological
pog
developments to improve the technology of the A100. They practically began from scratch. The project was a challenge not only due to the great amount of movement and fluidity that Imagineers wanted the animatronic to have, but also because of the scale and level of detail of the same.
Imagineers!
The main difference between the A100 and the A100 Plus animatronics is the transition from hydraulics to fully electric components
able to
and
make
motors.
such
Shaman of
crazy,
Songs has
sophisticated
42
robots
degrees of head
so
freedom
quickly
and
in
endless facial
advancement.
expressions. This animatronic is designed
because
with
they have
swappable
Disney
arms
money.
and head
Disney
for
is a $1
flexibility and
million
maintenance.
company.
Another
At
advantage
least
of this animatronic
they can
is
afford
that
the
all
best
the movement
people.
data was
They
made
can
thanks to
afford
a
all the
motion
man
capture,
hours.
which is
Just
really
like-
a technological advance compared to the
Oh.
8 hours of programming per second that the original
At
A100 animatronics needed. These new A100 Plus animatronics were also used for the Frozen Ever After
Oh,
ride.
shit.
We can
I've
see
been
the
bought
fluid
out by
and impressive
Disney.
movements of these characters. The only
I've been
problem that
bought
we
out.
find with these
They're gonna use
particular
me
animatronics
as
is that the
fodder
faces and, of
for
course,
one of their
expressions were replaced
new
by
Halo
projection
movies.
screens. While this is a little bit disappointing, it does not take away from how impressive and fluid these animatronics are.
Oh no!
A1000 animatronics. Now we've come to an end. The most advanced animatronics, the A1000. These animatronics are the most advanced in the world. They were created by expert Imagineers from various disciplines, such as show design, plastics development, figure finishing, and show programming. The goal of
Jeez,
the
look at that
A1000
crotch.
program was
Holy
to create
shit,
a
look at
family
that.
of standardized electric figures. It does not take away from advanced animatronics, the A1000.
Wait.
These animatronics are the most advanced in the world. They were created by expert Imagineers from various disciplines, such as show design, plastics development, figure finishing, and show programming.
She wants that robo dick. Wow. I caught you, girl. Sorry, this is too enjoyable. I'm sorry.
A1000. These
We're gonna give our
animatronics
eyes
are
a
the most
bigger- wait,
advanced
wait,
in the
wait,
world.
wait.
They were created by expert Imagineers from various disciplines, such as show design, plastics development, figure finishing, and show programming. The goal of the A1...
And then she looks down like, no. No. This shan't be.
1000 program was to create a family of standardized electric figures that provides more control and design repeatability for both build and maintenance purposes. So Disney pioneered proprietary software programs that provide
Instantly my brain is like, I
and
wonder if they ever get
pre-visualization
freaky with that
assist in everything
Clydesdale.
from seeing how a figure moves
No.
in a costume to
Why?
predicting when components need replacing. But
Not
the
all
ultimate goal is to
robots
get
should
as
be
close to a
fucked.
lifelike performance as possible.
Definitely not
As we
all.
said
Wow.
before, the A100 animatronics
Mel
work with
Cease.
hydraulic motors to power their lifelike movements. Then we saw a transition to all-electric animatronics that makes for a much smoother movement with the arrival of the Shaman and the Frozen animatronics. Now, these new A1000 animatronics not only take advantage of the electric components, but they
is
also
the-
use thin motors called pancake motors to achieve their precise, fluid, and realistic movements. The first A1000 animatronic that Disney unveiled was Hondo Onaka. This animatronic is the most advanced audio animatronic at any Disney park. He has 51 total functions, including 10 in his head alone. A big evolution.
He looks
from
like
its
a
A1
person,
ancestor.
like in a
He also has a
costume.
speaker in his chest to provide directional sound. And
Look
there's
at
a
that.
bend in his knee,
What?
creating the
Wha-
illusion that Hondo can walk. This
Holy
animatronic can be
shit.
found at Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run, in Galaxy's Edge at Disneyland and Hollywood Studios. But Hondo is not the only A1000 that we can find at Galaxy's Edge.
Oh my God.
In Rise of the Resistance, we can find 2 other A1000 animatronics, Lieutenant Beck and Kylo Ren. Then last year, The Enchanted Tale of Beauty and the Beast opened at Tokyo Disneyland, and this new ride is chock full of incredible animatronics, including Belle and the Prince dancing. These animatronics are so impressive. You can see them dancing and even moving around and lifting their feet.
Shit.
The movement looks so fluid and
Oh
real,
my
and they're
God.
so beautiful. The Imagineers did an outstanding job creating all of these animatronics.
Oh my
Their
God.
movements, expressions, and design are awe-inspiring. With this new technology, Imagineers can create lots of incredible animatronics for future rides and even meet and greets. Which character would you like to see brought to life this way? We hope that we can get to see Rapunzel and Flynn Rider in the newest Tangled ride.
Cool.
Cars animatronics.
I've got a dream.
We've talked many times before about the rough start of California Adventure. One of the things that saved this park was the addition of Cars Land. This amazing land opened back in 2012, and it brought with it one of the best attractions that Disney had ever created at the time, Radiator Springs Racers. This incredible e-ticket attraction combines high-speed outdoor thrills with indoor dark ride scenes to create impossible settings, breathless wonder, and the best part, more than 20 audio animatronics that defy logic in their lifelike expressions and movements. Almost every Radiator Springs resident
Making a
you can
note.
think of has come to life in the form of full-sized animatronics. These animatronics bounce, drive, blink, and talk through some of the most sophisticated and fluid motions Disney Imagineering has ever created at the time. One of the things that makes these animatronics so impressive is that Imagineers were able to take the charisma that we see in the characters on screen and bring it to life perfectly on these animatronics. The way the cars move is fantastic. So of course, Radiator Springs Racers became one of the best rides at the Disneyland Resort. Now, this is not the only place we can find a Lightning McQueen animatronic. Over at Hollywood Studios, we have Lightning McQueen's Racing Academy, which opened on March 31st, 2019, as part of the park's 30th anniversary celebration. During the 10-minute show, guests take on the role of
wasn't
rookie
asleep,
racer
I was
as
making
they
a
enter
note
the
and I
theater
was
and
sending
find
a
themselves
message.
face to face with an
I
awesome
had
Lightning McQueen animatronic.
an idea.
This animatronic is absolutely
you know? I
incredible.
can't tell
He
you.
talks, blinks, bounces on his tires, spins. It seems like he came straight out of Cars 3.
Oh,
All in all,
shit,
the
it's that car
experience
from
is
all
really
those
fun,
Dojins.
and fans of the Cars franchise will enjoy it.
I
Many of our
mean-
favorite characters appear during the show. But
No,
this
I got
attraction
nothing.
wouldn't be anything if it weren't for the state-of-the-art animatronic McQueen. It is rumored that this experience is temporary, but who knows? If you get a chance to experience it, you should do it. What do you guys think? Which is your
Duck.
favorite Disney animatronic? And which do you think is the most impressive?
Maybe the Pascal. Come on! Don't lie. You can lie to me, but you can't lie to yourself. We've all seen Cars Dojin. Man. Liar! I think I only had 2 more videos. Oh yeah, here's one of them. Copy link.
Be sure to let us know in the
The newest robots, inventions and
some of the-
technologies of the
for
future, and which is
2021,
worth keeping an
most
eye on in
advanced robots in the
2021.
world.
Get ready for the most interesting things from the world of high tech in today's one issue. The first discoveries of this year are Samsung's home robots.
Oh, I
The
guess they're
smart
for
and dexterous bot Handy can determine what material an object is made of in order to calculate the force required to maneuver it. The robot can pick up laundry, load the dishwasher, set your table, pour wine, and even bring your drinks. Cameras on the robot's head and limbs are responsible for object recognition. For maneuvering and manipulation, only the robotic arm, which can rotate at 3 points,
But can you
specifically
water all
in the
my
shoulder,
dying
elbow,
plants?
and wrist. The arm ends with a universal
Let me
grip
see how
that
much it
works
is.
with objects of different sizes and shapes.
And you wait, the background music's still on. Sorry. I need. Okay, I'm gonna look him up. What was it? Handy? Samsung Handy or something? Wait. Samsung Handy bot price. You can get it for the look. Oh shit. Oh. Really? Oh. Okay, wait, let me see. Wait. It will be bot handy. It will be. Well, their little one is. How much are you? Okay, so the Samsung vacuum cleaner, which is genius, is 950 euros or 1300 USD. Wow. So I don't even know what the big boy is. I'm gonna say that the handy is probably $5,000. That's where I would put him in my head. I'm gonna say 5,000 USD. That's where I put him. If it's commercial. That's the most expensive handy I've ever heard of.
The robot can move around the room on a platform, turn from side to side,
Oh, okay,
and
that one
rise
on the
to
far
reach higher
left.
objects.
The one on the far left.
And the robot can
That's
move around the room on a platform,
between 9
turn
and
from side to
1200
side,
USD.
and rise to reach higher objects. And for everyday cleaning, Samsung introduced the JetBot 90 AI
JetBot!
Plus robot.
Yep, that's it.
It's a vacuum cleaner that uses LiDAR and 3D sensors to clean
was
close to
1200,
furniture
maybe it's
and
down to
children's
900.
toys. The JetBot's internal camera can be used to monitor pets as well.
JetBot
A recent
is
reality has been a Moley Robotics futuristic robot kitchen
950
project.
Euro, 1200
Not as
USD.
futuristic as the concept, the robotic kitchen is already quite functional. The system
Robotic
is sold
kitchen,
together with
I
furniture and
assume, like
utensils as everything is
50,000.
adapted for optimal robotics work based on proven industrial
Why would you put
manipulators.
LiDAR on something
The
that's small?
specially
Great
designed
question.
gripper can not only use spatulas and ladles, but also, for example, crack eggs, use a blender, or turn on the water.
Wait.
The robot takes ingredients from human prepared. The robot can not
so
only use spatulas
immature.
and ladles, but also, for example, crack eggs.
Damn, I'm not fast enough.
For optimal robotics work based on proven industrial manipulators. The specially designed gripper can not only use spatulas and ladles, but also, for example, crack eggs, use a blender, or turn on the water. The robot takes ingredients from human prepared containers. But beyond that, the entire cooking process is fully automated. The robot was trained with the help of a camera recording the cooking process and
don't
its
speak
verbal
of that
description,
here.
breaking down the recipe into simple steps such as stir, flip, salt makes it fairly easy to teach the robot new dishes. The Toyota Research Institute showed its version of home robots not so long ago. The company's engineers are trying to solve two problems: teaching robots to perform everyday tasks around the house and to overcome the limitations imposed by the unpredictable environment of each individual home.
My
The
home
latter
is
task
so
partly solved by Toyota's new
unpredictable.
robot hanging from the ceiling, but it's also unlikely to be implemented in the existing modest-sized Japanese dwellings. Rather, these are developments for future homes and apartments. Toyota is not saying much about the technology behind this robot, but it recently showed off its new lab, which was created to test this very robot. The Chinese Institute of Industrial Technology introduced this year the dual-arm robot system, a robotic system with 2 arms, the total number of joints at 29. This dexterous robot with 5 fingers and 7 degrees of freedom can easily manipulate objects of different shapes and sizes. And they're made of composite material, which makes the robot lightweight, yet durable. This year, Agility Robotics has seriously upgraded its humanoid robot courier Digit, making it completely self-sufficient. All you need to do now is tell the robot the route or the endpoint and it will go where it needs to go, bypassing obstacles along the way. Digit is the world's first commercially available humanoid robot with 2 legs. Currently, the price is unknown, but it's rumored to have 6 figures. The robot can lift weights up to 18 kilograms, gently by bypassing people and interacting with other robots. Digit's main customer today is Ford. The company plans to use the robot for deliveries in conjunction with its unmanned car. The robot uses LiDAR and multiple cameras mounted on its torso to scan its surroundings and quickly detect obstacles. Now, from humanoid robots, let's move on to our 4-legged friend robots. A new and rather unusual robot dog was introduced this year by Tencent.
Bark,
The robot dog Max uses the original leg and wheel connection scheme from Tencent Robotics X Lab, which allows him to both walk on 4 legs and ride on wheels at 25 kilometers per hour.
Me too.
Tencent's software and hardware platform allows the robot to reach its surroundings and control its own balance, as well as plan actions with calculation delays of only 0.3 milliseconds. This robot can also stand up after falling down. Another novelty found was Chinese copy of the Boston Dynamics robot dog. The Weilane company introduced Alpha Dog Robot, which is able to move at speeds of up to 1 kilometers per hour, move with 10 different gaits, and carry a load of up to 5 kilograms. The robot is also able to move autonomously, avoiding obstacles, maintaining balance, and getting up after a fall. And, according to the manufacturer, perform a number of other tasks using artificial intelligence. For example, serving as a guide for the blind, guarding homes, or patrolling a park. It's already sold 2,000 units at a price of just under $2,500. Boston Dynamics itself this year also introduced a couple of new products, specifically a brand new robot for warehouses named Stretch, and an updated version of the robot Spot with an incredibly nimble and smart robotic arm. We talked more about them in an issue about the company's robots, which you can find the link in the video description. An unusual 4-legged novelty of the year was Hyundai's Tiger X1 robotic courier for hard-to-reach and remote locations. The robot is dropped off in the night area by drone and then rides on wheels and rises on its feet to step over obstacles if necessary. The top of the robot can easily be replaced with a refrigerator or regular box. The robot has only a prototype so far, but it seems that Hyundai is serious about this technology development and plans to bring to the market a commercial version.
I swear to God! 2.
We couldn't cover this without mentioning this year's
oh my
protagonist,
God.
the Martian drone
3.
Imagineering. Although it's not exactly a robot, the vehicle opened a new milestone in the history of exploration of other planets, and it's definitely worth mentioning. The Mars drone has already made 4 autonomous flights in the thin atmosphere of the Red Planet, which is only 1% of Earth's atmosphere. It's not equipped with any scientific instruments, except a laser altimeter, a gyro stabilizer, and video cameras. One camera is responsible for navigation, i.e. determining location, directions, and speed. The second camera is a 13-megapixel color camera, and it takes pictures on the surface of Mars. Helicopter communication with Earth is carried out through the rover. The mass of Ingenuity on Earth is 1.8 kilograms, and on Mars, about 0.7 kilograms. The helicopter is lifted by air by 2 propellers, each 1.2 meters long and weighing only 35 grams. They are made of carbon fiber and covered with solar panels for recharging the drone. A pair of parallel-mounted propellers rotates in opposite directions around the common axis at about 23 to 2,900 revolutions per minute. By comparison, terrestrial helicopters make about 500 revolutions per minute. Earth-based robotics have made their mark this year as well. Carbon Robotics unveiled a robot for destroying weeds with a laser. This autonomous robot uses computer vision, a powerful lighting system that allows the robot to accurately identify weeds at any time of day, as well as 8 15-watt carbon dioxide lasers. The robot weeds 6.5 hectares a day.
How many hectares? Oh,
Australia
shit.
is testing an apple-picking robot. The robot uses a combination of cameras and deep learning algorithms to scan trees and detect fruit, which requires it to process information about the shape, orientation, and the branch location. The robot can grip the apple with a specially designed pneumatic-operated soft grip that does not injure the fruit. The gripper can retrieve more than 85% of all apples on a tree, and the robot itself can identify more than 90% of the apples in its camera field of view at a distance of just over 1 meter. The
The nozzle is calibrating. Do not move while the nozzle is calibrated. The nozzle is not fully calibrated. Do not move while the nozzle is nozzling. The nozzle is now calibrated.
The machine can operate in all light and weather conditions and at speeds of 7 seconds per apple. Construction robots also made their mark this year. There were no such spectacular ones as the HRP-5P, but the Bowbot from Australian startup Princestones also looks good. It's an electrically driven robot that reaches its destination on cross-country tracks at speeds of just over 3 kilometers per hour. It can overcome stairs and thresholds, carry loads of up to 500 kilograms, and work for 8 hours without any recharging. Bowbot can be controlled from the display on the robot and from a smartphone, as well as by setting points on a pre-made map.
112
The robot is equipped with cameras, its own lighting, and a robotic arm with a range of up to 1 meter and an accuracy tolerance of less than 1 millimeter. The robot arm is designed to handle a variety of tools and can both wrap a screw or weld metal and lay bricks.
You know what?
In the future, after thousands of hours of training and simulation, the robot will be able to work not only with humans, but also with other robots.
You guys are making me
this will let the
jealous.
human
Fuck it. I'm
only
gonna play some
supervise the
Plotty right
construction.
now. Fuck it.
Another major discovery in robotics this year was the microscopic robots capable of becoming medical instruments. The robots created at Cornell University are about 5 microns thick and only 40 microns wide. Equipped with feet the size of a few tens of atoms, they can move with laser pulses and interact directly with human body cells. The robots are resistant to a variety of environments, including extreme acidity and temperatures. But most importantly, it's fast and easy to produce them.
We learned a lot of media today. Let me switch things up a notch. Studio mode. Okay, I got this. Okay. Alright.